It's that's why another reason why I took yesterday off. You put you get into a game like what we were into the other day, it sort of tears man up. You know what I'm saying? Fam, how you doing? You know what? Have you wrapped yourself around this yet? I'm starting to come to grips with the debacle that took place to some degree. You know, uh, you know what's really therapeutic? You know how Twitter is. It draws flies, maggots, roaches, rats. It's therapeutic though. Getting into fights with Eagle fans. It really is. I felt good that I could vent toward them mother. Because for them to walk around pounding their chest like they kicked our ass is just hilarious. So I really enjoyed it. I went ahead. Well, I did things to antagonize them. I did put out a note saying, "Fam, you know what? From the very beginning of that game, you could tell we had the Hurts factor was going to be moot. The 49ers seen that coming and shut that down right away. So he started throwing some very strange passes, except for the one that the refs didn't see, and Kyle should have called the flag, and he would have had to bring that back. So the real reason why, and no matter what you tell people, oh yeah, we're just gonna beat you guys with Purdy or not. No, you weren't. If we could have launched any kind of offensive, it would have been fine. You guys, it could have been, we would beat you 17-7 at minimum. See, because that donated points you got, you don't understand. You can't compete without having any quarterback. I mean, with a quarterback, you still can, but with no quarterback. Come on. You got away. Good luck. You'll be destroyed Sunday. Stop it. Stop it. And that started the fiasco. I started it, but I feel better having started. I really do. And pretty soon the Niner fam all piled in. People's all over that bunch of goddamn. God damn. I just hope they're on a. But you know what? I was hoping they're on a schedule next year because that often happens. League make sure to make rematches, especially in NFC. Anyway, the rumors of another one of the most. And good luck, DeMeco. Yes. I'm happy for DeMeco. I'm not happy for us, but I'm happy for DeMeco. I mean, he went out and got a starting. I mean, that's what happens when you coach in the 49ers, all the 49ers. Most likely you're going to get a job the next year, and it's probably going to be pretty high ranking. Kyle's very nice about it. When you come over to work for him, he says, listen, the reason why I'm asking you is I'm giving you the opportunity here to come in and work with a great organization such as 49ers and put yourself in position to be a head coach somewhere at season end, depending upon what happens. So. And that means some of the guys we're going to be talking to. Well, let me get into it right now, because rumors of another one of the most efficient Niners DCs exiting for a head coaching job have again been realized. And former Niners DC DeMeco is off to the challenge of bringing the Texans back into relevancy. Names of coaches to replace Ryans are already reportedly being pursued to fill the void left by DeMeco's departure. And tonight, going to the phones for your opinion, after looking at some of the names of the candidates the Niners are looking at to fill Ryan's shoes as the new DC. That's going to be really tough, too. By the way, you'll see all the information and call in and give your opinion right at the base of the screen and also into the description section. The PIN number and everything's right there for you. And by the way, if you're calling from any place outside of the U.S., please don't use that number. You may have to hold on today. Contact me at ronbosports@gmail.com, and I'll give you the information you need so you can call in toll free. And also use audio device. And it says audio device, right? I'm saying, okay, zoom in. It's audio device, audio device. Audio device on Zoom. I know, right? Ronbo, production does all this for me. Audio device. Don't click anything else, then you'll be charged. I don't want you charged. This is family. I'm not having nobody pay. Unless you want to donate, that's a different story. But I mean, for calling in, I want you to be able to call in for free. Fam, just to add to our misery, though, it is pretty funny because as I see Trent Williams, right, that actually knocked me off my chair as I'm scanning through the dailies like I like to do. And all of a sudden, it has T. Williams, because guys, has T. Williams, the best offensive lineman in the NFL, contemplated calling it a career. Sweat start pouring off my head. It's not that hot. And I'm like sweating. Williams told reporters today as the Niners were in clearing out their lockers, quote, I mean, it's a long season, ready to embark on the offseason. And having two long seasons back to back, it does get pretty grueling for a 34-year-old guy like myself. I'll be 35 when the season starts. You do kind of think about what life's like after football. I've done this every year of my life since the second grade. You get to that age where, especially at the end of the year like this, with it being as exhausting as it was and still not getting quite where you want to be. Are you feeling him on this? You know what I'm saying? He goes on to say, I get it. You get to that age, but honestly, I'm just taking it one day at a time, and we'll just see how that goes going forward, unquote. See, this is what I was worried about. When I was saying, what does this do for the morale? To get right there, you're the better team, and last year we were the better team, this year we're the better team. Rudy, I don't care what you say, it's true. You got away. You escaped in a different fashion than the Eagles did. And fam, here's the thing, Hassan Reddick. He must be feeling some kind of good. He comes into the 49ers camp, and they excuse him almost immediately. He carries that pain and grudge with him all the way to Philly. He gets his opportunity, and he basically wins the game for him. It had nothing to do with Hurts and the offense or anything else. It was Riddick. He came in and rendered the 49ers helpless by taking out the quarterback. Took him all the way damned out. Broke his friggin' arm. Josh, they have a 3-quarterback rule that they uphold. Well, they need to uplift that rule. I don't know if Jimmy says I just wish I had a helmet. Well, I don't know what that means. Was he ready to play? Nobody cleared him to play. So Johnson came in and he may as well have been playing for the Eagles. So, if he's going to leave, fam, you know how we cry about our offensive line? That ain't. If he does not play, if T. Will decides he had enough, and I understand that. Hell, you get down to where you got down there 2 times back to back and come out empty? Oh, hell no. Then I know why he's complaining. Oh, man. And as I said, had nothing really to do with preparation, game plan, talent. We got talent all over the freaking field. We don't need more talent. We just need to stay upright. No, we can't do it. We just can't friggin' do it. We got to get hurt. Okay, let me not get mad already. Let's talk about the new DC. Things are moving quickly in the NFL for the Niners as their busy offseason is officially underway. As you most likely know by now, DeMeco Ryans, as I mentioned, is new head coach of the Houston Texans. The Niners are now in the process of replacing him. Good guys have requested permission to speak to former Carolina Panthers interim head coach Steve Wilks for the position. I like that, actually. This news comes in via NFL Network's Mike Garafolo reporting earlier today, citing a source saying Wilks remains under contract with the Panthers after finishing the 2022 NFL season in an interim role after the firing of Matt Rules following a 1-4 start. Wilks led the Panthers to a 6-6 record, which was really impressive because the Panthers were in shambles. They just got rid of Christian McCaffrey and everything else, and he still managed to win 6 games out of the last 12. A lot of it had to do with the Panthers' defense. But apparently the Panthers weren't all that impressed as they went ahead and hired former coach Frank Reich last week. How did he look at Indy? Why would you do that, Panthers? Why would you, Frank? He just gotten his ass handed to him in Indy, and you bring him onto your team. Good luck with that. Karma's going to bite them on that one. You already know, because for the that may have an impact on the roster. The Panthers, but players were sitting there thinking, Jesus, WTF, babe? What is up with this? All I can say to that is poor Defoe. Niners also plan to interview former Washington Commanders defensive backs coach Chris Harris and Vic Fangio, according to NFL insider Josina Anderson's report, citing a league source saying Harris recently joined the Tennessee Titans as their passing game coordinator following a stint with the Commanders. Fangio, meanwhile, has been heavily pursued since the Broncos let him go after the 2021 season. Fangio worked behind the scenes as a defensive consultant for the Eagles this past season. See, I don't know much about the Commanders guy, Harris, but I know between Wilkes and Fangio, that's where I'm thinking to go. It's just, Fangio, conflicting reports though circulated after the weekend stating that Fangio had agreed to terms with the Miami Dolphins to become their next defensive DC. Next DC. But a new report came out yesterday saying the deal was never finalized. They got a lot of issues going on in Tampa, Miami. Wait a minute, am I? Dolphins. Yeah, they got some really seriously. Our situation pales in comparison. The Dolphins were on their way to winning that AFC West, or AFC period. They weren't on the way to winning. They were definitely in the mix with Tua on the field. As we can all easily agree, though, Vic was successful with the Niners back in the day and couldn't make another run at it with a highly talented defensive unit in Santa Clara. It's already there, Vic. It's already laying there, man. All you got to do is come in and apply that Fangioism. And, most of us are feeling Ryan's time in the Bay Area coming to a bittersweet end after 6 seasons with the Niners. But sadly, then we got to move on. Yeah, that's it. And quickly, and just to try to find his replacement. Such is the life of the NFL and those of us that follow it, right? Emotions always on a roller coaster, sliding up and down. We, in the back of our minds, let me speak for myself on this, because I said, come on, DeMeco, why the hell would you go to Texas? If you don't go in there and do things right away, they're going to fire you. What are you going to go in there and get an understanding? It's going to take me a minute to get this team in position to do some winning, are they going to listen? And didn't you leave on a bad note with those people? Why would you go back there? He went back there. I said, man, we ain't got to worry about anybody but the Broncos. But the Broncos wanted him over Sean Payton, as it seems they're saying. So we were going to lose him one way or the other, huh? Fangio or Wilkes. As I said, I don't know about, what this other guy, he sort of reminds you, the Commanders guy. He kind of reminds you, Chris Harris, could he be another DeMeco? That young, new perspective kind of guy? But Fangio's a bad boy. I don't know. I still like Wilkes, too. And plus, I just don't appreciate the way Wilkes is treated. That just sucks. Why you do that to him, Panthers? What does a man have to do to prove that he can get the job done? You get him some new people in there, and that's really weird. But, fam, here's the thing. Who do you like is the question amongst the possible candidates we've heard about so far. And if you have any lingering thoughts you want to get off your chest about the NFCCG, it only puts me back into trauma, and it actually makes me angry. I'm tired of being pissed. I've been pissed off for 48 hours. God, they work better than the 49ers. The lesser teams go up. Did you see what Nick Bosa says? Bosa says. So, what do you think between Mahomes and Hurts is going to win that one? And Nick says, "Oh, it's going to be a good game for sure. But I won't find out because I'm not going to be watching." I says, "Nick, you know what, fam? We're not doing a watch this year. We'll get together right after the game and make jokes about both teams, but there's no point. What are we watching for? We don't have a dog in this fight. I could give a rat's butt about the Chiefs beating the Eagles. I don't like the Chiefs. And I sure as hell don't like the Eagles. So what do? I sit there and hope the stadium just falls down on both teams. I don't care. I really don't. This is the first year in a long time I just didn't really give a damn about the Super Bowl. Usually I want, usually when we're watching, we want to see one team or the other get their butt kicked. It's like that sign you see, that meme saying, I hope you both lose. God. So if you have anything to say about the NFC, CJ, I got no problem with that. Share with us. Get it off your chest. I'm here for you. If you're into the annual Brady and San Francisco conversation circling about, that's fine as well. You knew it was going to happen. There's a lot of proponents out there wearing in the Niner Empire campaigning for Brady. My only comment on that is we didn't lose because of the quarterback. We lost because of the lack of a quarterback, period. If Brady can promise me that he's not going to come in and get hurt, fine. I just want a healthy body out there that can stay on the field from the beginning of the season to the end, into the playoffs, and see it through. I'd love that. If Brady can promise me that at $30 million a year, fine. But otherwise, what is the point? Okay, I'm not resisting. If you got a good point about Brady, I'm willing to listen. In fact, I was out of line sharing that. I don't want to. I don't want to confront anybody on that matter. I don't want to just inhibit anybody from. Feel free to speak about that. You may get pushback from others, but not me. And as you know, Brock Purdy is hoping to avoid reconstruction to his throwing arm, and I just have that arm repaired, and that means 3 months for that. 3 months to get him back in time to come in August. See, Trey Lance is still in a walking boot. I just found that out. I didn't even know. He had to have some hardware removed out of that foot because it was causing irritation to the soft tissue. I didn't even know about that. I thought that was already a done deal, and he was fine. Josh Johnson has to have been released already, so no telling what is going on with that. Also, Jimmy G. So tell me what's going on with Jimmy G. The Irish said he gave the York family a hug and said, thanks for all you did for me, as if he said goodbye to them again. But, he said goodbye once before, so there's no telling what's going to happen with that either. So, open mic. Do give us some feedback, though, on what you think about this DC, which is our immediate problem. Also, if you're worried about Trent Williams, as I am, you can speak on that. You can go any number of places to go, within a limited amount of time, of course. But big show, fam. Remember when some folks blasted you and I for agreeing with each other on drafting a quarterback this year? How likely is it now, especially after BP's injury? Look up Hendon Hooker, Tennessee, 6'4", 218. By the way, all jokes aside, every year the 49ers are going to look for a quarterback, though, anyway, regardless as to whether BP would have got hurt or not, because I don't know about veterans, but they are going to go draft a quarterback. Show's right. I would bet money on that. Boxing fan times 4. Trade to the Vikings, Brady to the 49ers. Shit. Champagne says, I'm on the Chiefs side. Sirianni needs to go down. I'm feeling that too, though. Sirianni sit back, all cocky. And he did piss me off. Hey, Dre. Come on in, Dre.
What up, Ronbo?
Dre, man.
What up, Ronbo?
Nothing. How you doing?
Man, that's why I had to ask you twice, Ronbo. I don't think he heard.
We ain't heard from you in a while. You've been laying back. You probably saw all this shit coming, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Didn't I tell you? You thought I was negative Nancy. I was negative 2 months ago when when Jimmy first got hurt. I said, only thing Kyle gonna do is get him hurt. And I ain't here to bash Kyle. I'm gonna get on him in a second. I just want to say this first for everybody out there. Trey. Shut up. The hell up. We've been living in misery without a first-day draft pick for the last year or two. And we still living in that misery this year, and y'all still talking about Trey. What? Can he play first? Because me personally, I blame all this on Kyle. Now we're gonna get back to Kyle. I blame this on him, Ronbo. I said, I ain't negative. I'm just keeping it lit. When you get 4 quarterbacks hurt in 1 year, at first I thought Jimmy was just injury prone. Y'all need glasses for to say injury prone Jimmy. We need to apologize to that man. Jimmy is not injury prone. Kyle is an ass. He goes into that room and he gets on that paper, but he never really feels like, you know how people get to setting up the plays and everything, but you never really think about how the game is going to go on the field. So you take your, what is he, second or third, he was third string tight end.
Croft.
Put him on the best defense. Yeah, and put him on. He couldn't even catch a pass from Brock Purdy in the preseason. So that's
he did it during the season too.
I'm sorry for all the 4-letter words, but that told him in 3-letter words. That told me he was ass. So why would you put him on the best defensive player on the field? And you called that play. He's been calling every time he gets to calling these plays in the first half. It always leads to his quarterback getting hurt. You ever notice that he called these plays like it's like we in the Super Bowl and he leads us down right here, right now, and it's always the first quarter or the second.
Wow.
It ain't, and the score is not even out of reach. And he out there trying to show he's a guru play caller. He got Trey hurt like that way with Seattle. He tried to run him like a running back and everything else, and not taking responsibility for that. He threw him under the bus, and everybody thought I was crazy with that. And then he got Jimmy hurt. Threw Jimmy under the bus, and everybody like, well, Jimmy got hurt anyway. Every year Jimmy was hurt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you got Kyle back there getting you obliterated, of course you're going to be hurt. Mm-hmm. And then Brock Purdy come in, and he playing lights out. I'm like, okay, cool. I don't mind Trey being second to him, being second in command. We got 2 nice, good quarterbacks. I don't care what nobody else say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this son of a SOB then got him hurt. And then right after he got him hurt, 2 plays later, he got the next quarterback hurt. I said, okay, listen here. You done got the only 2 players that ever had Tommy John surgery in the football league, go Google it, been on the 49ers team underneath Kyle Shanahan. And I ain't finna sit up here and say Kyle Shanahan is trash.
But Dre, you left a couple out, though. Mullins and Beathard they was broke up before they left. Remember Mullins almost had his...
I said 3.
Did you mention him?
I said 3, Ronbo.
6?
I mentioned 3.
What's his name?
God. I don't think he needed the elbow surgery, though. One of them didn't need the elbow surgery. But it's 2 or 3, Ronbo, and they all been under him. He didn't obliterate every quarterback he had. I am tired of this dude. I mean, he's good when it comes down to the schemes and getting us to December, but every time we get to that dance, it's like he gets out there and he's chicken or something. I don't know what it is, Ronbo. Like,
well, I do, because like just from you just mentioned first quarter, why would you put Croft on that side? If you're gonna do this play, put Kittle. If you're gonna go tight, at least put Kittle down there. Croft got whipped immediately. Oh, it was vicious.
Then you got people talking about bring Tom Brady, so Tom Brady can get his
so he can be killed as well.
Week 1. Right. And then on top of that, you got Brandon Ayuk liking himself and other people's uniform. And then you got Trent Williams talking about retirement. It sounds like Kyle losing the locker room. You got your wide receiver and your running back over there throwing to get prepared to go into the game if things don't go well with Brock Purdy.
That's what I was worried about with morale.
And then you got
fam. We got ready to get ready to stop, but you make some excellent points. I don't like to question Shanahan because he is a brilliant mind, but he does make some very strange moves at times that can cost our players to get hurt. Do not.
There's no such thing as moral victory. There's no such thing in moral victories. We've been moral victory since we got here.
Nobody cares.
The problem. We might as well be in a gloom and doom if we ain't winning no championships. I mean, what? Hell, going to look at the playoffs, we could do that at home.
I mean, because other teams manage to have the quarterback for all season long. Why do we have to do this every year? Every year we got to do this. Damn it.
Every year.
And it doesn't matter what the quarterback is. He's going down.
I ain't never seen this. I ain't never
Nobody
seen this.
has.
This is all Kyle. This is Kyle. And he ain't been won a Super Bowl yet. We get out there and flop. Everybody,
Dre,
don't fire him. I'm just.
Dre, we got to go.
Go ahead,
Listen,
Rombo. I'm gonna let you go,
I appreciate
man.
you, fam. We haven't heard
This
from you in a
pissed
long
me
time.
off.
You brought the gospel truth. There's no arguing. Anyway.
Yeah, Rombo. Y'all stay blessed out there, man. Don't let this stress y'all out. We ain't getting paid for it.
Oh, Dre, we'll see you Friday. If you got some time, get on back here, man. You're relieving to my mind. Oh, my God. Dre, let me go before production loses their mind. Okay. See you, man. Have a good night. Salvador Barisca says the coaching factory will continue. The whole NFL wants to touch a piece of the 49ers. Players will always want to play for the brand. Go Niners. True. Hey, Mr. Block Ice, upgrade our old line, try to extend our keeper, guys. Fresh bodies going to be needed everywhere because we're going to have people leaving, fam. There's going to be people who don't want to sign up. Sir Payne says Bogucci owes Trent big time because since Trent threw that eagle down, it saved him from going down in history as the old lineman who got thrown like a doll. I didn't even. All right. Hey, chill. Phil, are you still chill today? Come on in.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil.
First of all, Trent Williams isn't going anywhere. He's not going to leave $25 million on the table.
Well, that'll inspire him. I forgot about that.
So he leaves not only 25, probably $50 million on the table. He ain't going nowhere. This is right after they lose.
Yeah.
So you have some depression. They say things they don't mean. Don't listen to it. Wait 3 months, then they'll be back in camp or whatever, 6 months from now. They'll be back in camp and everything will be fine. You know? And the other thing is, blaming Kyle, come on. Can we please be smart? Was Kyle there when Jimmy didn't run out of bounds and blew his knee out in Kansas City? Yeah. Was that Kyle's fault?
Yeah, the injuries.
Was Kyle's fault when a tight end misses a block on a linebacker and whiffs, and the guy goes right by him and hits your quarterback in the arm? Yeah. How's that Kyle's fault?
Yeah,
this is BS.
And I agree with that. What I just wish is
these
are
that
pros,
kind of a play
Ronbo,
they need to perform.
They do, but with that kind of a rookie with Purdy, and he doesn't have that quick of a release. He's fast, but not really fast. Maybe you put somebody else over there besides Croft, the worst. Charlie Warner would have even been a better idea, Phil. That's all I'm saying.
Croft didn't even get a hand on him.
I mean, didn't touch him. He was right around him. But
didn't touch him at all.
God. I saw him falling down.
That's just blatant lack of execution.
Damn.
And he left his quarterback vulnerable.
Yeah.
It's the player's fault, not freaking Shanahan's.
Yeah,
you expect a tight end to take out a linebacker.
I agree with that.
So, no. The only one you question is Trent because he called a running play up the middle. But other than that, if you can't take a 7-foot step drop in a passing play, you're going to have problems no matter what. As far as defensive coordinator goes, I like the guy from Carolina. He runs a 4-3.
Yeah.
I think Bosa would be pissed if we went to a 3-4 because he's not a 3-4 defensive end type.
And the 49ers behoove them not to, unless Fangio's going to come and agree to run the 4-3. You're right.
So, Fangio doesn't fit our system. And the other guy from Carolina, he's a good defensive coordinator.
Commanders.
And
Carolina.
And I think he would take the job because look who you got to work with.
I know, right? And he did well with what he had to work with the Panthers.
The only defensive players we're losing is Algier, Ward, and Gibson. That's it.
Yeah, Algier
doesn't play that much. Gibson is going to probably sign back for minimal price. Algier is probably gone because he doesn't play many plays.
Anyway.
And I think what you do is you sign Mosley back.
Got it.
And you move Amador to slot, which he can play.
Because he's gotten
And
better.
there you go.
Yeah.
And as far as offense goes,
Mhm.
I think we need to sign McGlinchey because we got no replacement. There's no replacement out there.
I expect
And I
that.
don't think you want to put a rookie at tackle.
No. I do expect McGlinchey to come back. And hopefully he's healthier this year than next year when he was last year. But I no matter what we say about
Well,
McGlinchey,
he
I know
ended
he's
the
coming back.
season pretty well.
Yeah.
And so, Robbie Gould just said he wants to come back. McGlinchey said in the locker room he wants to come back. So maybe we get a hometown discount or a locker room discount. But I don't think the locker room is getting lost.
No,
They're just depressed because they
Yeah.
lost a game close
Yeah.
to the Super Bowl. It's
and
just
in a very strange fashion.
I was disappointed at the pizza bar. I mean, Ronbo, you end the season that way and that close,
Sucks.
it hurts.
Especially to a team you know
But-
damn well you could have beaten. Oh, the 49ers were going to beat them. They were no better than anybody
I
else who
know.
played down to the last 12 weeks.
But, it just happens. We move on. We're not like Cowboy fans. Oh, and I see all the trolls are back, like
Oh, absolutely,
Marketing
in
Pro,
force.
Texas Boy. After we lose, they disappear for a while
Because we took them out.
and then come back.
Mm.
Geez, what cowards!
I know.
Cowards.
And they'll be beaten up by the 49ers again
Ronbo,
next year.
Now I've said my piece.
And we all need to do that. It's hard to get closure on this, though, Phil. The only thing I'm saying is because you and I both know damn well the Eagles, they're no better than anybody else we play. I was expecting more from them, actually.
We had
And I
just
see
a
the
good
Hurts getting
team to
routed.
win, but we couldn't. You can't compete without a quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
God.
so you know what? Next year is a new year. We've got 3 third-round picks, 3 fifth-round picks, a 6th-round pick, and 4 7th-round picks, and we're going to probably hit on 2 or 3 of them.
Late rounds, for sure.
And
Phil,
we'll be
gonna
fine.
Let's get together again Friday and get into that part of what is going to happen next. All right.
Yeah,
Always
we need
appreciate it.
to think about the future, not what just happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. I just want to get out of my chest today, but yeah. All right, Phil. I appreciate it, fam.
All right,
Ronbo. You see you in a couple of days.
Okay. Later.
Later.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah. And so it's Kyle's fault we ignored the O-line, 4 quarterbacks. Also, and I don't want to, to be clear, I don't want to fire Kyle. The thing is, though, Kyle missed it on not calling and throwing the flag on that play. You never trust the monitor. And who's running that monitor up there anyway? I'm like, Emilio. I'm in such a bad mood. I can't even holler Latino heat.
What's happening?
The way they're pissed off, and
Why?
Well, because we got to hire a new DC.
Y'all act
number
like
one.
a wolf injured or something.
No, it just sucks to lose to a team you know damn well you could beat, provided you have a quarterback.
But we can go and bring in the season. We should have beat the Falcons. We should have beat the Broncos. What's the difference? It's another game we lost. Hey, it is.
I'm not sure about the Falcons, but the Broncos, yeah, we should have won that game. But the Falcons actually
So,
up.
it doesn't make a
The
difference.
Falcons are the only team all year that actually kicked our ass. Everybody else got away.
How do you think about it? Too bad the injury happened in the championship and it didn't happen to them. Because you think about it, if you look at the Eagles, when Hurts went down, they lost 2 games and couldn't do nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing. Starting
Yeah,
quarterbacks get hurt, you most likely your season ends. It's just, you got to look at it
How
with
you gonna win
Shanahan.
the offensive-
Shanahan just kind of, in a way, got lucky because he had started trades and he had Jimmy, and then luckily Purdy turned out to be who he
was.
became to be.
Yeah.
So it's just pure damn like, yeah. I would like to see a fighting chance. At least if we would have lost the game, at least like last year, at least we had a fighting chance. We didn't even have a chance in hell this game. I'm like, man, as soon as Purdy went down, 6 offensive plays into the game, and then the game's physically over. I said, even after we scored those 7, I said, yeah, they're not going to keep this up.
All they
I
could
said,
do
that
is run the
game was
ball.
done.
Eagles stack the box. Go ahead, Fernandez,
do it.
run. We know you can't throw it. Go ahead. What's she gonna do?
Judge Johnson was nervous, and Judge Johnson was just nervous. He was just He didn't know what to do. He didn't expect to play. He wouldn't even expect to come in. If he did, he was
And that I don't appreciate either. How are you not going to be expected? You should be on alert every snap. You should be ready to go in the game. Maybe that's hard to do, but come on, man. What are you doing,
you got to
Johnson?
think about it. He's a fourth-string quarterback. He didn't, he's just there collecting a paycheck. He wasn't there to really play.
I know.
He was not
carry
even
the clipboard. Don't call me, y'all.
In.
Just don't bother me though. I'm getting paid.
As he was basically a just in case situation. Last season the team even looked his way. It was just a just in case, and the just in case came at the wrong time. That's all that happened. So.
I mean, if they would have beat us mano con mano, yeah, okay, yeah, give it to them.
No, that's what I'm saying. It would have been different if we would have been all toe to toe. Yeah, it would have been different, but it was just we got the short end of the stick. It is what it is. You can't do nothing now. It just like I said, pure bad luck. It is what it is. Like I said, it's just started. I got over. I didn't even get mad. Like I said, I was already over. As soon as Purdy went out, I knew
you knew it was over.
The game was over.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had to wait to see Johnson, and then after that, I joined you. It's over.
Nah, I knew it was done. As soon as Purdy went down, they said he wasn't coming in. As soon as I seen him on the sideline, I said, "No, this is over. He's not coming back."
Man was out there trembling and
I didn't even need John Johnson to throw the ball once. I said, "No, this is over." I said, "This sucks." I said, first quarter, not even through the first quarter, I said, "Yeah, this game's over." It was no way around it at all. Like I said, it just sucks because we had one hell of a season, and it was just one super play.
That's a good point. Shout out to the 49ers. We want to thank y'all for the outstandingly awesome season. Even though you went through all that adversity, you still was hanging right in there all the way to the last minute. We ran out of quarterbacks. God almighty.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You know what? I'm starting to think it's the Kwasi Tart curse. He was on the team we cut when he went to the Eagles and he got cut. I said, man, what's wrong with that?
And we cut the guy who broke.
That's why I said we cut Jaquaski, and then he got cut by the Eagles. So there might be a curse between the narrative and Jaquaski. Something wrong with that.
You're missing the man we cut also for the 49ers. Not only Kwaski, but Hassan Reddick was in our camp. Remember, he was in there for 24 to 48 hours, something like that.
Yeah,
and the
he wasn't there for that long.
And what does he do? He plays a key role.
We just had a full roster already on the line. That was just the only thing. You didn't really think he was going to get on the roster.
This is his best year ever since he came out of school. He went to Arizona, didn't do nothing there. He came to us. We looked at him. Yeah, he's still the same dude. All right, Hassan, thanks, fam. Yeah, man, thanks, bro. And he left. He goes to Philly. And as the guy, he's the reason why they won, basically.
Yeah. You know what I started thinking after before this game was up? I think they want Kansas City to win, just so Andy Reid can retire. That's all that was. As soon as Purdy went down, I said, there goes the game. Well, I know what they want. That's what they want, Kansas City versus the Eagles, and give Mahomes the second ring. Yeah, Andy Reid retired and he's done. It took him years before he won his first ring.
NFL has his golden boy.
Years. He was with the Eagles for years and couldn't win. All the years in the championship game, got to the Super Bowl, couldn't win. Finally, he got to Kansas City and he ended up winning. So.
Right. So he's
maybe
come full
this is the way
circle.
he goes out with. Yeah. But it might happen to Shanahan going on his championship ladder. Finally, he goes somewhere else and then he starts winning.
Well, this happened to John Madden. The Raiders used to get all the way and come up short year after year, and then all of a sudden they got hot.
That's right. That's right. And then all of a sudden, yeah. I don't know. Our thing is, I look at it. What we need to do is worry about our offensive line,
God, yes.
and mostly our offensive line, because that's our biggest problem. That's the reason our quarterbacks keep getting hurt. Besides what Trent did, what Trey did, running down the middle, but for the most part, if you look at all the quarterbacks we've had, they all get hurt because the line is not protected or miss assignment.
If we had to start practice tomorrow, we don't have quarterbacks. And also remember, Trey has had no work in basically 3 years. We got a problem.
Yeah.
Quarterback. Anyway, we'll see what they do.
Yeah. I don't know.
We got to go.
I know, just last thing. I know that we're saying 6 months from Purdy. I know, I'd be shocked if it is 6 months. He might be done for the whole year.
I will too.
Hopefully not.
All right.
But, because now we're starting off with Trey and then we're going from there. All righty.
God. Anyway, fam,
It
I'm
is what it
looking
is.
for you Friday, and we're gonna see what develops next. This news is gonna be hot this whole off season. All right, Emilio.
Yeah, I know
Have a
we're
great night,
down.
fam.
We may be down at one point, but we're still not out. We still got a hell of a roster still.
Yeah, we do.
That's the only good thing about this.
There you go.
We're not the Rams, and they just destroyed the whole team.
I like that dig. Emilio, see you Friday, fam.
All
Good
right.
night.
All right. Yeah.
See, we can always do that. We can always do a dig at Rudy. Texas boy, I don't know what he's talking about. His team just smells like booty. Terradome, get in here.
What up, Ronbo? How you doing, my man?
I'm doing better now that I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Coming back and talking to my people, I feel so much better. Because on Twitter, I ain't doing nothing but getting mad. I got fingerprints, indentations on my keyboard, Terradome, from them I mean, Eagle fans got a lot of goddamn nerve. Oh, y'all God bless you. Go get your ass handed to you. I guarantee. Oh, look, Terradome, let me stop because I'll get all fired up again. Terradome, give me some insights.
Talk to me.
I'm talking about the D.C. situation. You know, you got 3 candidates in there. 49ers are probably going to pick one.
Gotcha.
Like somebody just pointed out, Fangio's probably not a good idea. As good as she is, we're not taking Nick Bosa out of the 4-3 and making him a 3-4. You know, and the Tom Brady situation is already rolling around. You know how we do every year. Bring Tom Brady in. For what? You know, that's just me. No, you know, Terradome, go ahead.
Well, Ronbo, the best 2 candidates out there in terms of defense are Vic Fangio and Wade Phillips. Both of them are just incredible DCs, man.
That's true.
I tend to
Wade
love
Phillips
a
has
seasoned
left us.
DC, ornery SOB. I had one called Dan Surface when I was at Chowan University, man, and it's something about an old school DC that will get the best out of you sometimes. He just moved different. He get on you. He got sayings like, "Boy, you can't play dead in the Western."
I know, right? Them dudes are good at the cliches.
I need you getting through that hole with a-holes and elbows, son. I need you to work out here, son. This is how this operates here. This is the NFL. You know, they get you scholarships, young man. They don't get it out you. And you can look back at their history. They got more sayings than a Chinese fortune cookie place.
You know?
And they got wisdom, and they just know how to connect to players. It's just the seasoned guys. But every now and again, a young man gets it. And let me shout out and congratulate Mr. DeMeco Ryans. He's now the head coach of the Houston Texans. Everybody, round of applause for DeMeco, man. He did a masterful job this year. That's my dude.
I didn't see all that coming. I thought he'd be good, but good God, he was damn good. We ranked on top of the league in every category in defense, and we weren't up to top top 3.
We were in line in terms of points per game. We were in line to get 13.9, which in a pass-happy league now, the Chicago Bears had 12.5. When we went out to Vegas, and I know all those boys, hey, Ronbo, let's be real. It's me and you now. It's me and you.
Mm-hmm.
I know what young men do on New Year's Eve in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yes, indeed, because we would have done
Ronbo, we were doing some things and we was broke.
I'm telling you, my mom can never find out about what happened with me in Vegas.
Don't happen in Vegas.
On every trip I made, I did some things I was ashamed of, and I enjoyed it.
Boy, on New Year's Eve, Ronbo, and then they seem a little off on New Year's Day, but we neither here nor there. They had a chance to get to 13 point. I think it was 13-9 if they would have pitched the shutout, and then the next week, which they did really, really well. But shout out to DeMeco, man. God bless you. God hold you and God keep you, young man. You are awesome dude. Ronbo, if I told you that there's a team who has about average going through 3 quarterback injuries a year, but there's a man that can come And for his career, he averaged going to the Super Bowl every other year. Ronbo, there's a team that needs its 6th title. And there's a man out there who has 7. Ronbo, there's a team who needs good experience, leadership, and somebody who can get it out of their hands in 2.1 seconds, and who for their career in 21 or 22 years has not missed more than 4 games from a suspension and an ACL.
I forgot about this.
Ronbo, born August 3rd, 1977, from San Mateo, California, missed and passed over the 6th round, 199th pick. Yeah. Everybody told him he was irrelevant. Everybody told him, I ain't going to do nothing. Everybody told him this and that. But I saw, and you can ask my wife, back in 2001, there is a competitive dog on that one. He's going to go back and unmistakably tell every which one of you, you MFers, you passed on me, I'm going to make you pay. That is the type of man that I need in 4949 Centennial Boulevard in Santa Clara, California. You ain't going to talk me off of it. I know y'all going to say he old. Y'all going to say this. Y'all going to say that. But the man ended up this year, I looked at his stats, 65%, 4,000 yards. He still had 4 or 5 300-yard games, 1 400-yard games. And we're going like judges in Seattle, judges in Las Vegas, looking at the last game saying, oh, he ain't got it.
You make some excellent points. You know what we're going to do? Let's make this Friday's program, all right?
My brother.
Because we're going to run out of time.
I know I get stirred up.
You got so much stuff.
I know I get stirred up.
You make some excellent points. It's going to be, we're going to have this conversation anyway. I knew we were going to. I was trying to avoid it tonight. But you know what? Forget about avoiding it. We don't care about the Super Bowl anyway. Let's talk about it Friday. Okay?
It's all good. It's all good, brother. I'm here for you.
Thanks,
I'm here for Larry Cruz. I'm here for Greg Cohen. I'm here for Wayne Breezy, Nitty Gritty Niners, Nothing But Niners, Locked On Nine. I'm here for all of y'all, man. I'm just telling you what I see.
I'll speak for everybody too. We all appreciated some Therapeutic because you be bringing it. I'm telling you what, Friday on just because of your inspiration right now. That's Friday's show. I'm letting everybody know now. It's the Tom Brady show. All right. I look forward to it.
Amen. Right. That's all I can ask. Right. 36 NFL records, 7 rings, 10 appearances. That's all I'm saying.
And I hear you. I want to hear more of it Friday, too. All right, fam. Have a great night.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
You too. See, and Therapeutic makes a great argument. He didn't say anything I could actually legitimately contest. So, it's your pain. NFL wanted the Eagles to win. Look at all the missed calls. Eagles had several false starts. I understand that guy on the right side. People kept pointing out all game. They called roughing the kicker when a player is thrown at that kicker. No helmet to helmet when Johnson was injured. And that's the way the NFL can actually manipulate games in the direction they want, isn't it? We've seen it happen all the time. Bobo says Vic Fangio was the Eagles' consultant for that game, too. I know, Bobo, you know what? I didn't even know he was a consultant for them, period, until I read that article today. And you know what? God, that pisses me off. Hey, Don.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on?
Don, we're in here venting for the most part, and we're looking at our options. We're trying to look at our options. We're never, you know what, as 49er fans, we're kind of hot-blooded people. We talk about the things that anger us more than anything else. And I was going to talk about the DC candidates. You can do that if you want to, but anything else, Don, wherever you want to go is fine. Go ahead. We're listening.
Well, I know. Yeah, we're all still a little bit, disappointed after what happened.
In a short period of time. It really is.
I know. It's hard, but yeah, like I think the previous caller said, we're not the Cowboys. We're not all those other ones that,
Raiders.
but we look forward. That's what we do. We look forward, and I'm honestly already beyond what happened.
Have you?
What happened, it happened. So
You got strength of
and
character.
congratulations.
Immeasurable.
Yes, I said, yeah, congratulations to obviously DeMeco Ryans. Got the head coaching job for Houston. And I knew that was going to happen, obviously. So,
Good luck to him with that organization, too. They suck. That front office is just full of crap.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, as far as the ones we're looking at, I mean, Vic Fangio, I know I heard his name come about because he ran with us back in 2011, 2012, I believe.
Yeah.
When we went.
He was tough. He was good. We had a great
obviously
defense.
I'm hearing that. Yeah. But obviously I'm hearing that he runs a 3-4, and Bosa obviously is not going to be very favorable for that.
No.
Because he likes doing 4-3.
And we're paying him too much money to be unhappy. So if you don't have to make that move, you don't. So yeah.
I know. But I do like that we're trying to talk to the one Panthers coach that
Steve Wilkes
filled in for the head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think he'll be a good addition if we can get him. Obviously there's another one in for the Washington Commanders because of what they were able to do against the Eagles that year.
But he was the defensive backs coach. I don't know. Well, I guess he's in the system. I don't know what that means, but yeah. DeMeco was the linebacker coach.
I mean, if we could hire him as a defensive backs coach, that would be sweet too. I wouldn't mind that.
Well, then there's that. I don't know if he's looking for that, but yeah.
Yeah. So, but honestly, for me, I would like that Steve Wilkes from North Carolina. I think he would do a great job with these guys. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to move
because he did bring those guys back in contention in that NFC South, and almost took the division from him until Tom Brady became Tom Brady at the end, at least for that one game.
Yeah, but if he has the personnel that we have, Tom Brady gets beat up just like he did when we played him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know you want to save the Tom Brady stuff for Friday, obviously. So I'll wait for Friday on that.
You could briefly mention whatever you want to say about it. It's going to explode Friday, I'm sure. I mean, we do this every year, Don. We've wanted Tom Brady since 2018 or 19.
Mm-hmm. When he was more than likely going to be out before. Yeah.
So, he never gets hurt.
I mean,
somehow.
Honestly, no. Has been very aware of his health. That is obviously amazing and astonishing for him to be able to not be able to get hurt the way he has. I mean, I would commend the offensive lines that he probably has had
this year. Yeah.
But the fact that he didn't get hurt either, that's
kudos.
That says something about how he takes care of himself as well.
So, yeah. We're going to get into this Friday. But do you really think him and Kyle Shanahan can coincide and get anything done? Shanahan likes to run the ball, Don. My only problem is Tom doesn't want you running the ball all day. And maybe that's a good idea to let him throw it. But, I don't know. Is that okay with Shanahan? Can they get along together and be productive? Because the decision, if it's made, is going to be over Shanahan's head. I guarantee you, Kyle does not want Tom Brady. I just don't think so.
I know that probably could be true. But then again, this is also John Lynch's team since he is the general manager.
I know it, yeah.
And
they work
for Tom
together.
Brady, I mean, for Tom Brady this year, he threw a lot more passes than what he did almost any other year I think he played in his career.
Maybe he didn't want to either. I don't know if really wanted to throw 60-something passes a week. But I just want to know, can he handle handing the ball off to our running backs and sitting back on certain plays and just firing the ball? He'll get it out quick. Nobody's going to sack him. I don't know. We'll see. I could be, they probably will have Brady into the office for conversation. I don't We'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see. I think he'll be willing to sacrifice some passes, knowing the talent he'll probably have around him
True.
and the defense that he'll see,
Yeah.
and the running backs. I mean, for him at this stage of his career, what other records would he even want other than just one more Super Bowl ring? Let's be honest here. I mean, he's broken almost every record in the book.
Oh, wait.
What
Don,
else does he really need to do?
Before we run out of time, though, how many years are you going to sign him for?
For me, I would honestly do a 1-year deal, because honestly, I think that's what he would want to do.
Anyway.
Just go one more year and just call it a career afterward, win, lose, or draw, I guess.
It's going to take, I understand, $30 million will bring Tom Brady on in. Well, you know what? We'll find out what's going to happen next. Let's get into it Friday, and I'll see you then on this. Okay?
Yeah, all right. I'll see you Friday. Shout out to you guys. I know we're all still reeling right now, but hey, we're not like other teams. Like I said, we're not like the Cowboys or any other sorry ass teams that didn't get their wishes on what they wanted. So just look forward to next season. We should have.
No, we got to wrap it up.
And good night to every one of you.
I will see you Friday, fam. Have a great evening.
All right. See you Friday, Ronbo.
All right. Yo, Ellis.
Ron Bizzle.
Ellis. The aftermath, and and we went into this back-to-back years is just really getting annoying. We took a year off and barely missed the playoffs. We lost the Super Bowl. We just Ellis, go ahead. You got a new DC possibility. Who do you like? And beyond that, that's the subject of tonight. But since we don't put boundaries on people, go ahead. And anything else you want to add, go right ahead.
Yeah, the pain is still there. It's,
right.
You go all this way, and I said earlier in the year, I'm like, we remember the feeling, we don't forget the feeling, and that's why we got to take advantage of these opportunities. We should honestly have 3 Super Bowls right now.
I know.
We would have beat the Bengals last year in the Super Bowl. We were better than the Chiefs in 2019.
Yeah.
And we're better than the damn Eagles. And I mean, this year we didn't even get a chance to. Well, that's what I'm saying. We didn't even get a chance to compete, and that's why I think it's like I couldn't even sleep the night after the Super Bowl. I didn't get really much rest. I had a hard time. I'm being honest.
This one hurts more than any of the others. It really does. Because damn well we were better than that.
Yeah. So just starting over again from square one is it's really hard to get adjusted to, and the off season, and we're talking about trades now and all the other stuff just not being in the conversation of us being upbeat, looking forward to going to the Super Bowl again. Not having a defensive coordinator again. Thinking about who's not going to be on this team anymore. It's really a heartbreaking situation, and I just wish that these opportunities we could have the stars aligned to where we don't have anything interfering. It just doesn't make any sense that we get left with this, this feeling of being incapable of competing in the NFC Championship for 3.5 quarters. Like that shit just doesn't sound real. You know what I mean? But It was real, and it happened to us. So, it's fucked up, man.
It is.
I'm different. I don't just get over it like that. I know a lot of people shake it off, and shout out to them with that. But my passion is different. But when it comes to the defensive coordinator, though, I think I like Wilkes. When I think about Fangio, I think about him being older, him being set in his ways with that age, and probably his character as a whole. I think Wilkes would like to do something that's more not just in accordance to what he would envision, but something more team friendly, in the lines of what was already being done. I think they kind of ran. Didn't
if I'm not mistaken, did they run a little bit of the wide nine already anyways? Didn't the defense, wasn't it similar, Carolina to ours? Or am I wrong?
I'm not. I don't know about that. Maybe.
I
If you saw that,
thought I might have heard something about that
you could be right.
when we were playing them. I thought I heard something there. He kind of runs that a little bit. But anyway, seeing how successful we are with the players and everything that we have, I feel like Wilkes would be more willing to, do something and not totally revamp, do something just completely different like Fangio would want, because that could affect the production of our defense. And we don't need anything that's going to affect it's a well-oiled machine already.
Mm-hmm.
We have the players, we have the personnel, the continuity, the experience in playing this form of defense, and they do it in a masterful way. That's why we were number one. And of course, along with DeMeco Ryans being the head of that defense. So I think he would want to continue that versus a Fangio. I don't know if he would do that. It's you got to get with the times, and I feel like Fangio will kind of go backwards.
It might be a little out of it for this generation. That's a good point, Ellis. Because I don't want to reinstall a new defense. Because every time that happens, you end up lagging for a while. We don't have time to lag.
And are we gonna be the offense that's gonna put up 400 to 500 yards, with the offensive game, a game, and be able to compensate for a defense if we're not, if they're not fulfilling, thanks man, if they're not fulfilling their duties as we were last year. Is the offense going to be ready to pick up the pieces and keep the defense, upright versus the defense always keeping our offense upright and, the offense maybe needing to step up a whole lot more. Well, not maybe, but we've always talked about that. The offense, I personally myself have said the offense needs to, be a little bit more equal to our defense, but then it would be reversed this time if we had a drop off. And I think that percentage would increase if we had Fangio.
Because the offense has finally gotten to the point now. They've been playing together so long now, and they got to understand what Kyle's doing to the point now. Them boys are bad now. As soon as they got McCaffrey, it was over. All we had to do was somehow try to just stay healthy, guys. Nope, can't do it. Boom, you're out of here, Niners. Oh, here we go. And God.
Yeah. And Kyle needs his pieces. That's one thing I've noticed. He needs his pieces in order for things to work in accordance to what his vision, what he has, envisioned. And McCaffrey definitely exceeded, I think, his expectations. And when I saw him run that ball and break all those tackles, Ronbo, that lit a fire under me where I said, this shit ain't over. And it just crushed me that we still ended up having to, be subjected to something like that, which is not competing. You know what I mean? I don't blame Kyle, Ronbo. Only thing I'm mad about is him having Tyler Croft blocking on the end instead of having George Kittle or Charlie Warner, who seemed to be inactive for quite a long time, which made no fucking sense.
I know.
Anyway,
we got a bookmark here. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to see you Friday, and we'll get into the issue I've been mentioning. We're going to get into Friday already. All right. Shout out to the squad, Ellis. Appreciate you, fam. We've been doing it for a while.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you, fam. And, thank you for the season. I didn't get the chance to thank you that last time, but I know we got the off-season coming, but I always appreciate you and the platform. Shout out to production, man. And, y'all keeping us alive. We keeping each other alive, man. So shout out to the faithful, man.
Appreciate
hit that like, subscribe. You know where you at.
And you're so welcome. All right, man. See you Friday. Let's go check out Jalen, the man with the excellent applicable rhymes.
Nothing to rhyme about today, Ronbo.
I know. The thing is, Jalen, I need it, man, because it just lifts me up.
I'm gonna tell you what I
do
need.
one for me.
I'm gonna tell you what I need in Ronbo, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but Ronbo, I was born in the year 2001.
Okay.
That means there was no Joe Montana, no Steve Young, Jerry Rice. I never saw my team win a ring. All I've seen is us make it to the Super Bowl against the Ravens and lose.
Yeah.
We had Jim Tom Sula and Chip Kelly. All I've seen us do is lose, Ronbo.
I know.
I've seen us make it back to the Super Bowl against the Chiefs, lose, make it to the NFC Championship to the Rams, lose, and then we make it back here again and lose. Ronbo, I don't know how much more losing I can take before I lose my mind.
Mm.
It's young 49ers fans. We don't have a legacy to fall off on. We do, but we don't. Because if we're being real, over the last 10 years, we've made 2 Super Bowls and how many NFC championships, and how many times have we just fell short every time in the worst possible way, just the worst heartbreaking way. And you can put it on Kyle, you can put it on the coaching. I'm gonna put it on Jed York, because as the owner, you got to put your foot down and tell your player, tell your coaches, and tell your GM, all right, this isn't working. Y'all need to change something, or I'm going to change something. But nah, Jay York, this is like saying to me, like, he just a businessman that's just going to sit by and just let, the
Well, he
guys do what
is.
they got
That's
to
pretty
do.
much what he is. And he doesn't know enough about football to make that call.
I just don't, I feel like Kyle is he's sitting too comfortably safe in his spot as head coach. I've said it. I said it earlier this year when we beat the Saints 13-0 and everybody came in angry because we still not getting the offense going. I said, Ronbo, Kyle is basically 49ers royalty. He's not gonna get fired from here. He can't. Look at who his dad is to the team. He can't. I mean, you're not gonna fire Kyle. So I mean,
Okay,
we can
but
fire him.
Jalen, but honestly, I understand where you're coming from, but do you really think that a change of coach is going to, we'd have to go through a year of transition? There are players that may not like the new guy and want to leave. It could cause a rippling effect. It might not necessarily be positive. This is some of the fears I'm entertaining about that, because they do like Shanahan. I can feel that when they
Rumble,
play
I'm
hard.
sure they like Shanahan, but man, you gotta think. I mean, Kittle's finna be 30. How much longer you think Kittle gonna be? Kittle got his money, he got his stats, he want his ring.
And he
These
should have had
guys
it
gonna
this
want their
year.
ring
Should have had it
soon.
last 2 years.
Should have. I mean, there's nothing else to talk about, Rumble. You can love. Shit. I'm sure a lot of people love Jimmy, but they know, man, you gotta go now. It ain't you. I mean, we not getting nowhere with you. I love Jimmy. I still love him, but he gotta go. Kyle, love him, but man, ain't nothing. It's nothing. Rumble, it's gonna be year 8. Year 8, Rumble. 2 years is gonna be 10, and we still haven't got a ring.
Oh,
How, Rumble, any other coach that had this long and haven't had any type of progress would have gotten fired.
yeah,
Doug Peterson won a ring, and now he got replaced literally 2 years later. So I don't know what Jed needs to do, or what Kyle needs to go and think about on how he needs to run his team differently. But we needed an offensive coordinator this year, because him running it by himself wasn't it. That was already a problem. We needed to address the offensive line. We shouldn't have traded the. It's just a bunch of stuff, Rombo. That's just with Kyle over the years. It's just constantly piling on. I mean,
he's not calling
it,
all the
it,
shots though. He's
yeah,
doing that in unison with other people in the room. So, it's hard to just know who's actually making and pushing the wrong buttons.
yeah. I mean, we know Kyle's really the one calling the shots, but I mean, I'm not gonna get mad and say that he's not brilliant. He's for sure, but I feel like he tries to do too much, and then when it falls back on him, he throws other people under the bus. But he wants to take all the credit. But I don't, you know what I'm
Well,
saying? But man,
you
Kyle, he a
Jalen,
good guy. I mean,
do you have a coach in mind? I mean, who would you replace him with?
oh, I mean, I don't really. I mean, personally, I don't know if people are is he still looking, but I wouldn't mind getting the OC from Kansas City.
Bienemy?
Yeah, but
Well,
I don't know if he's still out looking for a job. But I
you
mean,
know,
hey, he'd be good.
but I wonder, is he a head coach or a director? Well, you know what, Jalen, we got to go. Bring that back, and let's entertain that a little further Friday as well. Okay, because it's already the Tom
Hey, and
Brady
if
show is
anybody
coming up.
disagree with me, hey, I'll take the criticism. That's what I love about 49ers fan. We agree, we disagree, but we love the
We got no
team. So
problem
if
with doing
anybody
that.
got something to
Exactly.
say, man, let me have it. But
All right.
hey, I'm just saying, Jed, you need to start putting your foot down when it comes to this, with these certain moves. Like you the guy. I mean, he the main man.
That's true,
He
Jalen.
writing the checks.
Is it? But we're going to go now. Jay, let me see you Friday and bring this back, and we'll revisit it. All right.
All right.
All right, Phil. You ain't gonna do it, is you? Come on, Jalen, do it, man. You got to do it. Jalen's really in a bad mood tonight. He wouldn't even go after the NFC West. All right, Jalen, you bring it back Friday. Oh my God! And marketing pro, yes.
First of all, Ronbo Sports, I want to send my condolences about the Brock Purdy injury. Now, I'm upset with Kyle because he's a quarterback hitman. He has ruined how many quarterbacks since RG3?
Well, and I'm not sure about everything that happened between RG3 and by the time he got San Francisco. I wasn't watching that closely. There may be more. I don't know. But it is.
And Marketing Pro is no conspiracy theorist. But did you know on the play Purdy got hurt, he used a backup tight end against the Phillies' #1 pass rusher who's been destroying everybody. And he ran a play action. That's the play. He made an easy route for that pass rusher to get to Purdy and injure him. So this is on Kyle Shanahan. I'm not even a 49er fan, but there's millions of 49er fans that feel the way I do. Fire Kyle ASAP and get Jimmy G out of the NFC West ASAP.
I know you guys would appreciate that. Jesus. It looks like he
But
is
no,
leaving
I mean,
this
what
time.
do you think about that? Would you ever, now, if you was a coach, Ronbo, if you're the coach of the Niners, you're going to put a backup tight end against a Lawrence Taylor type guy?
No, I don't understand
and run a play action?
I really don't understand that play. If I'm going to do that, I got George Kittle over there, especially when I got this quarterback there. I mean, he takes a minute, a little longer than Jimmy. So in that case, Kyle, get him a little added protection. No. So, yeah.
Now, Mullen suffered the same injury that Kid Purdy suffered under Kyle. So, I don't know, man. I think the 49ers are in some crisis. But you guys get 3 second-round picks for DeMeco, correct?
3rd round. Well, it could be.
Can we get some of those picks? Can the Rams borrow some?
Yeah, you going to pay him back?
Nah, I don't know about paying them back, but, I mean, you don't need all these draft picks.
Well, hey, we might.
Holy smokes. You got like 20 draft picks now, huh?
They're up there. The numbers are up there. And we're not through. There may be another coach leaving, too. And if that happens, good God, you're right. There will be a lot of picks. They're going to use them to trade, Marketing Pro, and you know this.
As long as the 49ers don't draft quarterbacks, because Kyle's a quarterback hitman, you got to agree with me on this. Kyle got to get held accountability. You all let him off the hook. Ronbo, you're letting Kyle off the hook a little easy. And that play,
yeah.
You know that play in the NFC Championship game, I really wanted to bring this point up. He didn't challenge the play when the receiver's like, hey, run it up real quick. When I saw that receiver tell the Eagles to hurry up, I knew he didn't catch the ball. If I knew that, why didn't Kyle know that?
I don't know why. And our defensive players must have been yelling across the field, Coach, throw the flag, Coach, throw the flag. I don't know what. He saw it on the Jumbotron or the monitor above, and he thought from that, but it's the first half. You got nothing to lose. You got 3 more timeouts coming in the second half.
Bill Walsh reincarnated Sean the Genius McVay would have challenged that play because you got 3 timeouts. What's Kyle afraid of? It's not the Super Bowl. You can get scared in the Super Bowl, Kyle, because I know you get scared in big games. But you could have called a timeout that would have let the defense regroup, say even if you need to run another play. They ran a hurry up on y'all and scored that touchdown, changed the whole energy of that game. That's where the game was stolen by the Eagles.
Well, not only that, they're not placed all the way down at the goal line area either. So, yeah, it was a mistake. Kyle knows it. He tried to explain his thinking at the time. Kyle makes mistakes. He's never going to.
Yeah, but that changed the game. So this has to go down as Kyle Shanahan's blunder again, and he lost the 49ers the game.
Marketing Pro, I can't really hardly disagree with you, but we got to go. And we'll be back
Rams
Friday.
Nation, Stafford's coming back. Jimmy, please leave the NFC West and we taking over.
Yeah, no. We'll see you. We'll be back Friday if you got time to come on back with some more Marketing Pro wisdoms. All right, Marketing Pro, have a good night. And Slack says, Ronbo, Jeff Garcia was our last quarterback with more than 2 years without injury. Every single notable starting quarterback after has had at least one season-ending injury. Yeah, even Cap. Remember Cap? It didn't end the season, but Cap had to. Cap, remember all those surgeries Cap had that last year? I didn't even know he was hurt. Cap is strong. I didn't know he was hurt as bad as he was until they told you, but this was hurting, and this was hurting, and Cap had to go through rehab. Wow. Vader!
What's going on, Ronbo? What's going on?
Vader, we're still pissed off. I think we're going to be pissed off for a while, but probably all the way till next season. Now that I think about it, we've never lost in this fashion, knowing damn well we were the better team, and we went out like that. And people can look at that score from years from now. Vader, people can look at that score. Oh man, the Eagles just ran the 49ers off the field. They're supposed to be badasses that year, and people won't know that whole story. They won't know the whole story.
No, yeah, we gave them 100 and some yards and flags.
And you got no quarterback. All we can do is run the ball. All we can do is run the ball. Johnson doesn't know what he's doing. And then he gets killed. And then we're not. Now you got all you guys gonna run the ball. Get up here, y'all. All they gonna do is run the ball. Come out in the backfield. Oh man.
Well, hopefully for next year, man, they fix that officiating because my gosh, that thing was so one-sided. I watched the game again. There was over 14, a little more than 14 offensive false starts on the Eagles. It was. You
counted? Yeah. People kept talking about it all game long too.
No, there's like 3 reporters out there that says, "Dude, the Eagles are not going to beat Kansas City." I don't know where you're thinking that they blew out the Niners. I don't know what game you were watching, but, and I like what Stephen A. had to say about the whole thing. He says, "Dude, I mean, they had no quarterback. All you can do is run the ball."
Somebody tell the truth. That's all I want.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just tell the truth.
So damn good.
Right. Yeah. Right.
How
exactly.
You compete with no quarterback at all. I mean, he could be a bad quarterback, but no quarterback at all. How you gonna do? Come on, man.
Right. But you know what? I kind of agree with some of these callers today about Kyle Shanahan. I mean, he's the head honcho dude. He should have caught those. That no catch. And if he didn't catch it, he's dude. We got Anthony Lynn, man. He was a head coach. He couldn't come over and say something. Somebody had Warner call a timeout. You know what I mean? He's got to have his boys, everybody. He's got to have this shit prepared for things like this. You know what I mean? And it's unexcusable. And then to top it off, dude, he got, our quarterback hurt with putting in Mr. Croft. I mean, how many times have we complained about that right side, Rumble? This is not this year. This isn't last year, man. This is, I mean, we don't get this chance all the time. Yeah. Right, and we don't get this chance, man. And then we blew up our draft picks, our early picks, because this was the team that was going to take us to the promised land, not only this year but next year.
They had it all.
And
great offense.
We had it all,
the defense
and
was lights out. It was ready. This is it. This is ready.
I don't know what to say, man. Put some money into getting conditioning coaches out there. I don't. Geez, Louise, everybody's dropping like flies. I hear a lot of callers getting frustrated about. The quarterback, which I agree, but it's not only the quarterback, it's our freaking nose tackle dude. Something always happens. Our running back goes down.
For years, Vader.
It's what?
You can't even blame Jimmy this year. That's what's so funny.
No, exactly.
People don't know who to blame now. It's the same stuff.
I blame. Yeah, I mean, why can't we sit down a day and figure out how can we keep these guys on the field, man? What's going on here? Is it in the water? Is it the way we're feeding them? What the heck's going on? I mean, we've got doctors on the sideline. We got to figure this out, man. We got to figure this out.
Our guys aren't lazy though, Beta. They work out hard in the offseason. I don't know.
Right? Yeah, exactly. And dude, we've got an awesome crew, man, top to bottom. This is unexcusable. I mean, how are we gonna call this a loss, bro? How are we gonna do that, Rumble? I won't. Exactly. I can't do that.
Team. I refuse to do it too. None of us will. Damn well the Eagles aren't better.
You know
they got
what I mean?
The luckiest break ever. Quarterback's gone.
Trent Williams,
Let's see.
The only thing that kind of gave me satisfaction was when Trent Williams grabbed that boy like the Incredible Hulk and dropped him. And someone shut your damn mouth. You didn't beat anybody. And get that straight.
Boy,
you're taking a free plane ride. That was an exclamation. And you're taking a free plane ride to freaking Arizona, dude, and you're going to get stomped down just like this.
I mean, Trent must have yelled at me, you need to stop, man. Come on, try to break.
Yes.
Dude, I ask you. Okay. I got such a rush out of that. I felt
no, dude. I watched the game a couple times, dude, and you can even see Dominic Sue says, Trent, come on, man. You know he's a fucking idiot. And I was all like, whoa, wait a minute. What's going on here, man? And that was Dominic, his own teammate. Dominic thought, man, I'm just here to put another ring.
He was trying to calm Trent down. You don't want him to get loose. That Silverback could go through your whole lineup, y'all. He's already pissed off about the outcome of the game. He's too big. He's too strong. And you best stop. Stop.
Yeah, I wanted to see this crew get their first ring, man. And it just hurts that they got to, it's like, now we got to do a little bit of restructuring. They got everybody going after all of our personnel. So we got to fix that. But, before I run out of time here, I kind of want to get on this whole defensive coordinator. You know what? I love Fangio. You know me, brother. I've always been a 3-4 because
for what he was.
And we have the personnel of now to run that 3-4 with the speed that we have. But I don't know if I want to change it, Ronbo. So if I had a toss-up between himself and Fangio and Wilkes, I got to go with Wilkes, man.
Yeah.
But again, if they can come to Jesus meeting, man, and make something happen, and Fangio comes, hey, he's welcome with open arms too. But it's just changing after change. I was like you. I'm tired of changing quarterbacks. I'm tired of changing people. I want to just stick to one structure and let's just get this ball going, man.
I mean, it's worked for us, Vader. We can't be changing the system. We're not going to 4-3. So unless they talk to 3-4. Unless they talk to Vic and he said, no, Kyle, I run the 4-3 for reasons that depends on the personnel. 3-4. Right. I can run your 4-3. And they probably had that conversation. So we'll see.
Yeah, of course.
He ain't changing the offseason. Because Nick Bosa immediately, our highest played, best defender, all of a sudden becomes in a position where he doesn't want to be. Vader, I'm going to see you Friday, though.
Real quick, I want your thoughts on this real fast. Because I've been hearing all this. Okay. Real quick. Kyle firing. Hey, what do you think about bringing back Eddie DeBarlo so he could just yell at him in the locker room every time he comes in and we lose a game that he's going to get fired? Because something needs to spark this, man.
Let me answer that. After you, but fam, I'll get it right away. But we got to go.
Hey, you're coming back tomorrow, or you're doing Friday? Friday. All right, Ronbo. I'll see you on Friday. Let it go and let it go. Radio Ronbo Sports. You have a lovely evening, and shout out to the Nine Air Empire. This one hurts, but we'll bounce back.
We'll get back.
Take it easy.
Appreciate you, fam. You know this. Talk to you Friday. Yeah, Eddie D. What does Eddie do these days? I don't even wonder. That would be funny, wouldn't it? But Eddie D. has probably been banned from the organization by the NFL. I don't know. Eddie D. really pissed off the wrong people. And here's Papa Dragon. Pop, get in here. I know you got some things you want to share.
It's good to be here, Ronbo. It's good to be here. Life is good. God is good.
Yes.
I'm blessed and highly favored.
He's really good. Go ahead, Pop.
I've seen a lot of hate going around right now, a lot of anger, a lot of despair.
Extreme.
People. If you wake up tomorrow and you got your health, it's a good night. It's a good day.
There you go.
I'm telling you right now, there's a entire 49ers roster that's waking up sore today because they gave it their all to try to win that game. Yeah. And they feel way worse than us because they put in over 10 months of work trying to get there. Mm-hmm. So kudos to the 2022 49ers. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, I don't want to speculate too much on the DC because I can speculate all I want. I don't have control over it. I don't have any inside news about it. No one knows. Don't know. I what I do care about moving forward is that we get a good coach. Okay. So I know there's a lot of young 49er listeners here. If Vic Fangio's the guy, he's the guy. The bottom line is if he runs If he runs with Bosa, he's going to put Bosa in a stand-up elephant position, which means that you put a defensive end like Eric Armstead on the same side as him, and basically Bosa stands up, and a left tackle or right tackle has to make a decision: do I take Armstead or Bosa? So ultimately, we could use a change-up, I think, just because I think that towards the end of the season, our defensive vulnerabilities up the middle of the run game got exposed, and it's too easy to find Bosa, and he was getting nicked and chipped to hell. Number 2, Ronbo, I have a question for you. Who's the best tight end in NFL?
George Kittle.
George Kittle's best tight end. Would you use him to block Nick Bosa or Joey Bosa?
Oh, I know where you're
Would
going
you?
with this.
Would you?
I would, but now that you bring it into perspective in that fashion, I now wonder.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's about what happens on the grass and on the dirt. If you draw it up on a whiteboard and you're not out there taking those hits, okay, you're exposing your players to danger and one of the most dangerous sports on the planet. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Mike Lynchy is 6'9", 300-something pounds, and got tossed like a rag doll by a 6'3", 240-pound man. So, guess what? Chill pill, Phil. I don't want to hear your bullshit that he's supposed to be able to block a linebacker. This is the NFL. I wouldn't stick Nick Bosa up. I wouldn't stick George Kittle up against a 45-year-old Lawrence Taylor. Wouldn't do it. Okay.
LT, you're right. I still wouldn't. Oh my God.
Do you remember Greg Lloyd for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah.
He was 6'2", 220 pounds, and was one of the nastiest players in the league. Lambert, 218 pounds.
There's the fade. Lambert was a psychopath.
It is not about what position you play. It's about the size of the bite in the dog. That's what it's all about. Period. It don't matter how big you are, how small you are. In some cases you can get lit up. Remember Christian Okoye, 270-pound running back? He got laid out by a 217-pound Atwater. He wasn't the same after that hit.
What was Chris's nickname?
A Nigerian nightmare.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. My God, he had the right name
8
too.
yards deep, coming at you 8 yards deep, full speed. Okay,
and that's what they had to
full speed.
And they
got met in the hole, but Atwater was over.
Remember the racks? So them shoulder pads he used to have. It made him look like Megatron coming down through there, man.
Yeah.
Whoa, he was rough. But to see him
get
laid out, that's amazing.
Yep. And I'll tell you a secret about me. It's a straight up secret about me. In high school, I got hit by a little fat fullback. Ran me over. He ran 90 yards for a touchdown. You know who that fullback was?
Who?
This little fat guy?
Yeah.
Jerome Bettis. Don't judge a book by its cover, bro.
No.
It's about what the player puts on tape. And based on what number 7 put on tape all year, 17 and a half sacks. I'm sorry, dog. If that was your script, that's on the coach.
You know what though? Even if I don't put George,
talk about Jerome Bettis, that's a flex.
Yeah. But even if it's not, I want Warner over there. Warner's actually been doing a damn near as good a job as DK. This is why when I seen Croft stretched out on the ground, you know what? That's
yeah. And then I mean, obviously, mistakes happen. You know, Shanahan does make mistakes, but I've always said that he's more of a schemer than he is a leader or a head coach. And a part of that is because he never played the professional football game. He's never played on that dirt and on that grass. So when he exposes his quarterbacks to hit, whether it's by accident or it's deliberately, like Trey Lance was deliberate. He wasn't trying to get Trey Lance hurt. Okay, but it makes no sense to run 3 number 1 draft picks up the middle for 4 yards. That doesn't make sense. I don't care who you are. And I'm gonna make my last point. If Shanahan was a high school coach and he kept seeing quarterbacks get injured, stand on the sideline on crutches, he wouldn't have a job. If Shanahan was an offensive coordinator for another head coach, guess what? He wouldn't have a job. If he coached for Eddie DeBartolo, he wouldn't have a job. Because Eddie DeBartolo fired Seifert after a 12-4 season, after he got embarrassed in the playoffs. That's the difference between yesterday and today. Today we are a bunch of just device holding, entitled little know-it-all pricks, and you can't hurt our feelings. Whereas yesterday we played a rougher game, a rougher sport. Yeah. And guess what? Our little 185-pound quarterback, Joe Montana, he would get lit up. Very rarely he get lit, but when he did get lit up, he usually was hurt, but he didn't get lit up very often. And that's because he was very smart with the ball. And I told you, Purdy had issues with his game, arm strength, and not letting the ball go when he's supposed to. Sometimes he was late. He was late more often than not, and it was going to catch up to him. And the coach should see that. Yeah, the coach should see that. So it's not all. You don't sit there and say, "Oh, Kyle Shanahan's to blame for it." I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you should fire him either. But I am disappointed that he's learning from his mistakes.
You never fail to bring excellent points. Let me bring it back Friday before production throws us both out. Because production is threatening me. I see a gun over there now. But listen, see Friday. We're gonna do the Tom Brady show and bring some of these points back too. I love it. All right, Phil. Night, Pop.
Later, man.
There goes Papa dragging the head dragging and chief bottle wash and all that stuff. He has, this was some extremely good points made tonight. Wow. Steven.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Well, Steven, we're sitting here trying to have a pleasant conversation. I knew we wouldn't. I don't know why I thought we would. I was going to talk about, we were going to say goodbye to DC, DeMeco, and talk about things going forward. There's always emotional content with us. So, Stephen, since that trend has already been underway for a little while now, you may as well just jump right in there. Anything you want to say, get crazy if you want. It's all right.
I was going to do it on. Go ahead.
No, we were trying to talk about replacements for DeMeco, but we're not limited to that because our team has too many things going on besides one thing at all times, and this is just another one of those days.
We always got more than one thing going on with this Ronbo. That's the running scheme with the 49ers during every offseason. We either lose somebody and then we got to replace somebody, but then we also have other holes we got to plug too that were already pre-existing. And one of the main things,
they're common things. But Stephen, you know what? I just want to ask you one thing though before you get started. That thing that Pop just missed about going from the 3-4 to 4-3, that resonates with me. But is it time for us to maybe switch or deviate a little bit from that? We do run a lot of hybrids. Maybe the wide nine's not the best thing to do anymore. Nick Bosa is a target. Now teams can figure out how to handle Nick. If you did the same thing you do with him with JJ over in Pittsburgh, or not JJ, but was it CJ?
CJ.
If you did the same with CJ, would Nick be even more effective? Anyway, I just want you to give some food for thought. Go ahead.
Well, change is always good. If Nick Bosa is as good as we say he is, he'll adapt really well to the 3-4 instead of sticking to the 4-3. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, Ronbo, if we get Vic Fangio or we get the Cap from North Carolina, I'm happy with either or at the end of the day. But, I got to agree. There's one thing that Chill Phil said that I'm like, man, don't be ignorant. That, ignoring it and not addressing the elephant in the room like we have been saying, it's just playing ignorance. It's not even you just trying to be a nice guy. It's just you being ignorant to the situation at hand that Kyle Shanahan gets our QBs hurt. And if it's never been more apparent than this season, we got Trey Lance killed. We got Jimmy G with a broken foot. And before then, it was just Jimmy G getting hurt, which, we could have been like, okay, it's just Jimmy G, Mr. Glass Bones, right?
Everybody blamed Jimmy. I know. I knew that was ridiculous. Yeah.
2 weeks in, Rumble. 2 weeks in, what happens? Trey Lance breaks his foot. Boom, done. Okay.
Trey got hurt last year. His first year he got hurt in preseason, but nothing much was said about it, right? Yeah. Well, something was said, but that's amazing.
And what happens, Rumble? What happens? Jimmy G comes in, breaks his ankle. No, breaks his foot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In comes Brock Purdy. Okay, Brock Purdy is doing good, but that right side is still very apparent. you still have Mike McGlinchey, who is this monster human being, but plays like he's 5'2". I don't get him.
And now scratch Purdy. He's out of here. And add to that, Josh Johnson comes in. They body slam him to the turf. He's out of here.
I'll be real with you, Ronbo. I'm surprised Josh Johnson is even a quarterback in the NFL. That man has been in the league for 14 and has bounced around. Ronbo, he has bounced from the 49ers 4 times, starting from 2008.
I remember every time. Didn't Harbaugh have him in camp a while too?
Ronbo, there were other QBs we could have gotten that I feel like would have been a better fit than Josh Johnson. Baker Mayfield being one of them. I granted he's a little bit of a diva, but whatever. If it means that we don't have to die out on the field in an embarrassing fashion and have a QB not recover a fumble whom he was already on top of, it's not even worth it, But like I said, I got to address the elephant in the room. It's Kyle Shanahan. He's better off as an offensive coordinator and instead of a leader. He's not a leader. When have you ever heard anyone say on the 49ers that someone has been really happy that Kyle Shanahan is their coach? I've seen more people leave Kyle Shanahan's team, coaches and players alike, than I've actually seen them try to stay. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And if we end up if Kyle for some odd reason ends up getting cut, I don't know who we're going to replace him with, because it's not going to be Nick Saban. It's not going to be Sean Payton, because he's with the Broncos now.
Yep.
I don't know who we would be able to replace him with, but we need someone who's a free thinking coach, and I mean in a sense that he draws up these crazy trick plays and just throws it out there, regardless of whether or not it works or not. Tries it out. Because look at Andy Reid. Look at that play. Look at that ring around the rosy play he did against the Raiders, and it worked. It got him a touchdown. Look at what he did against us in the Super Bowl. That first play on that first drive that got them the first touchdown.
Well, it's injuries. I mean, look at the Ravens. So, what's their problem? And Lamar leaves. Lamar's starting to become annually leaving now. It used to be like he might be okay this season, but Lamar's leaving every season. We're just the ones that are most consistent with it by far.
Yeah, and
Ronbo.
Here's the problem, and I said it right before we even started that game with the Eagles, is if we play conservative, we're going to lose. And that's exactly what happened on the very first drive. We started playing conservative. We wanted to see what would happen, and look what happened. We saw what happened.
Steven, I actually, did you think they played? I thought they should have ran the ball to begin with, and we came out throwing. Now I said to myself, okay. And then a few minutes later, I'm saying, oh my God, how bad is he hurt? That's all I could. And then we have to wait for the commercial break, so we come back and he's out. Now, Steven, we got to do this Friday. We're out of time, but yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Okay.
Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot to unpack. But you know what? We need to start looking for some offensive linemen. If I'm not mistaken, David Bakhtiari is on the hunt to be out of Green Bay. So who knows?
He's got injury issues too. Anyway, fam, let me see you in Rome too Friday, okay?
All right, I'll see you Friday, Ronbo.
All right,
you have a good night.
Steve. All right. Oh man. All it is health with us. We've always got teams that can beat people up, but we can't stay up. Hey, Michael.
Hey, Ronbo, how's your night going so far?
Terrible, just terrible. It's a carryover from Sunday, and it's just not. There's no answers, you know. You got to pray you don't get hurt, because we got personnel, we got a plan. We just can't stay out of you know. Hey, Michael, I'm reading Red Eye, and I had to laugh. The way Tom avoids injury all these years, he just drops down to the dirt and goes into fetal position before. I have seen Brady do that, though. Brady goes down as he sees the attack coming sometimes. Brady is, but you know what? I'd rather that than the quarterback end up in the hospital every goddamn week, actually.
That's right. I mean, I wouldn't mind taking Brady. I mean, for a 1-year contract, there's nothing to lose. There's nothing to lose.
We got to get another coach.
You know, you get
him and Kyle Shanahan can't stay in the same room together.
Bring Belichick. Yeah, try to strike him.
Hey, I think Michael, that's awesome. Belichick's coming to San Francisco. Okay. Oh, really?
Hey,
As is Tom Brady.
my
What? What?
Belichick and Brady on the San Francisco side. Get rid of Jimmy to Houston. Let him go with DeMeco.
Wait.
And,
No. You got to put things back like they were when they were winning. Put Jimmy on backing up Brady and everybody else.
Yeah,
See, because that's the magic formula. Belichick, Brady, Garoppolo. There's something about that trio. All right? So now.
Yeah, maybe they can.
You know,
Trey
it's.
Lance is Tennessee.
No, Trey can still be there. We could have 3 quarterbacks. But the funny thing is.
That's true. Keep Trey.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is, though, Belichick and Brady. All right, I don't really care to be here with you, but listen. You're going to do like I tell you, Tom. I'm telling you right now. You just see him and Tom breaking out in the locker room. That would be awesome.
Hey, I like Belichick. I always like Belichick. I like him. I mean,
it's hard not like him. The guy's got a lot of personality. You know.
Yeah, I mean, or how about bringing the ex-Green Bay Packers coach, the old-time Green Bay Packers coach.
Oh, yeah.
Remember,
the one I wanted
used to beat the
a
49ers?
long time ago. Chat. Who's the guy that won in Green Bay, won the only trophy that Aaron Rodgers has? I wanted him when Harbaugh was getting ready to leave, praying for it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. And
Holmgren.
like I said, for defense,
Thanks, Bryant.
Holmgren, Mike Holmgren. Yeah, I'd like to
Mike.
hack him. I'd like to get him somehow too. But I don't know what he's doing.
Nah, but Holmgren's pretty much quit. He's been wanting to
Yeah,
coach for
okay.
years. He
Pittsburgh
wanted to
Steelers
come back to
coach
San
is
Francisco,
awesome.
remember? They wouldn't let him. We
Yeah.
hired Tom
Wow.
Sully and Chip Kelly. I'll never forgive you for that,
Two
Jed.
buses,
God,
two bad
Jesus.
coaches, back-to-back years. Two bad coaches, back-to-back years.
They could have had
Suicide
Holmgren.
watch with those two.
He was asking
Yeah,
to
I know.
come
You
to
got
us, Mike.
Holmgren.
Oh.
You got Holmgren. He probably could have won a Super Bowl with Holmgren.
Well, at least gave the team some structure,
could've.
some personality,
Yes,
some
he would.
culture.
That's right, 100%.
Oh.
100%. We had 2 coaches that were bad apples. You and I
Didn't
could
know
have coached better.
Chip's just not good. And Tom Sully didn't know what he was doing.
No, he looked like clumsy. No. But like for our defensive coach, I hope we get the Carolina guy. Know why? So, get revenge on Carolina.
Yeah.
But he's a good coach. He's
He
a good
was.
coach. And maybe
He
if he comes
is.
to us, maybe he'll get a coaching job in the future again.
And they hired Frank
That's probably,
Reich, who's proven that he can't do it.
That's a mistake. Frank Reich's a
Wow.
mistake. That's a big mistake. They should have gone after Peyton. Sean Payton. They should have gone after
Yeah,
him.
Frank, why?
Frank Wright,
Somebody
that's
knows
another
that.
bust. He's not going to last. I think DeMeco Ryans might do better than Wright.
Oh, yeah. And with the Texans, no less, with less talent. The Texans are an up-and-coming
Texans
team.
will be
They got
fine.
a defense over there.
They will.
Yeah, they just
They
need an
will.
offense.
He's going to find out what's their weakness and try to fix the hole. That's what he's going to do. He's going to go there and fix the problem they got. They'll be fine, Houston. Give them credit. They'll be fine. Hey, maybe they'll do better than the Cowgirls.
They're coming after our offensive. Bobby Slowick. Thanks, Vader. I forgot about that. Yeah, Texans. DeMeco, first thing he says, I give you Bobby Slowick. What? Call DeMeco up. Tell him to stop it. The first thing they do is start stripping our team.
Yeah, what is maybe take some of our defensive players. You got to watch out of that too.
Ooh,
You never
I
know.
was worried about that last year when Salah left. He took a few.
Yes, that's
but
what
they
I
were
was worried
leaving.
about. 100%. I was 100% worried that he's going to start taking guys left and right.
Especially if they think the ship is sinking in
again,
San Francisco. And I don't know who's thinking that. I'm just throwing that out there.
I don't know. But whoever thinks it better stop the sinking. We need to get that ship rising to Trophy Island. We got to go to Trophy Island to get trophy number 6. That's what we're hoping for.
I am hoping too.
We don't want the San Francisco Titanic sinking. We got to rise and go for the 6 trophies. That's what I'm hoping for. I hope.
Well, we were
Every
sitting
year
right there
is
this
a
time. This is the
heartbreaking.
best team we've had in a long time, Mike.
Oh,
How
one
the
of the
hell
best teams I've ever seen.
this injury came up is just amazing. Perfectly bad.
And I
timing.
never, if he misses this year, if he misses this year, that kind of stinks. But I hope he recovers and be a good, strong quarterback. And hope Troy Lance starts to be a strong quarterback after these surgeries. I hope these 2 guys could be the beast for our team. I hope after these surgeries for both guys, they turn out to be superstars.
Michael, we you know what? This is why the 49ers may actually be thinking about Brady. You know why? Trent
Super Bowl.
Trey
They want
is
to get him
not anywhere near
ready yet.
3 years. He's been 1 year in college, didn't play. 2 years with the 49ers.
Yeah.
What, 3-4 games? There's no way he's going to come in looking any different than he did when he left. So that's a
Nah,
project
he's
that's
like
got to
us.
still be developed, right? So now,
It's gonna take time.
well,
years.
yeah. Do we have time? These guys are getting old on that
No,
team.
we don't. We might lose Kittle. We might lose, Debo. We might, some of these guys could decide, hey, we'll go to somebody else, like Buffalo. Go to somebody that's gonna win.
I mean, you got
You know
Trent
what I mean?
Williams already down there
Miami.
talking about, I'm 35 years old, y'all. I don't even,
Yeah,
I mean,
he might retire.
the 49ers are going to panic.
You know?
I'm not sure what they're going to do, but they are going to panic on this quarterback situation, guaranteed. I don't know what they're going to do.
And maybe hope the draft. Maybe they'll draft a young quarterback again in the draft. There's a lot of good quarterbacks out there they can look at.
They're going to draft the quarterback, no doubt about it. But that's not going to be the first or second round. And
You know who I like? I like the Browns backup quarterback. The Browns backup quarterback is pretty good.
That's good. You know what? We're going to spend a whole show on that quarterback situation at some point. We're in serious trouble. I'm just in denial right now. I don't want to admit it.
That's what I'm afraid of.
That's
what I'm afraid of.
Serious problem at quarterback. Oh, it's serious.
Panic control. Hit the panic button. I don't know what to do. Go sign Brady quick.
Which is what I'm thinking they're going to panic and do because they just want to stop. Tom, we just need you in here to bring some of our other kids up to speed. 1 year, and Tom, listen, can we cooperate together? I can see Shanahan then. Tom, Kyle, I just want to come back and win a trophy, man. I'm not here to bother you, give you a hard time.
Tell Shanahan, if you don't win it, Belichick's coming. How much you tell him? If you don't win it, Belichick's coming over. Bring Belichick. I would love to have Belichick. I bet the Niners will do good with Belichick.
Well,
look at it.
Belichick's not leaving New England. When he leaves there, he's retired. But, Mike, we got to go. I'll see you.
All right.
I'll see you Friday. All right, man.
You too. Have a good night, boss.
You too. Thanks, Michael. Hey, yo, Chip.
Yo, Ronbo.
Chip, as you can see, we're in here belly aching. We're worrying. Anxiety just rolling. We got so many problems right now. We can't even count them. We're just hitting one at a time. I mean, you know what? You can hit him out of that you want. I'm not going to limit you to that. But, I mean, the topic of the conversation tonight was you got three guys we're trying to pick between three guys to be the DC. Who are you thinking?
Probably a big Fangio. I really don't want to see him go from a 4-3 to a 3-4. But think about how good they were at defense when Harbaugh
when he was with Harbaugh. Okay, Chip.
Yeah,
let me ask you this then, real quick. You can just jump on this. Okay, you got to put a beast next to Nick on that 4-3, such as they did when Harbaugh had the Smith brothers. Do we have anybody that's that monstrous? Do you put Eric Armstead? Because Eric Armstead is not the cowboy. Defoe, he'd be perfect right now if they went to the 4-3. Yeah. Nick next to him. Armstead over here. You got, I don't know how you do this.
And then you got those guys swarming around on the linebacker spot, man.
Mm-hmm.
But my only thing is, I think that they need to work on that the secondary. I'm not gonna wait around for Barrett. He's probably done, dude. Plus he just came off another ACL. And same with Mosley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the only thing I'm concerned about.
Yeah.
As secondary.
Because we like to get hurt.
They got exposed. Yeah. They got exposed in the running game, man, by Philly. Yeah, that was an ugly game, bro. I was quite sad. I'm still sad, but
the
football guy said, not this year, guys. Not this year.
Oh yeah.
I believe in that, man.
I do too, but all I know is the 49ers look like, I've seen the 49ers let people run a couple of yards on them before this year. And at the end of the day, they ain't got that many yards, right? I still said if we could have ran an offense, we still would have been.
It would have been more. It would have been more competitive. He could throw it more than 5 yards down the field.
Or throw it. Period. I mean, all we can do is
throw
run.
it all. And then, how come we didn't see no penalties for roughing the passer when Johnson got hurt?
We can never get any love in these big games from the referees. And we can get them called on us, but we never get them, Nah.
Oh, they were getting that home cooking there in Philly, bro. Honestly, I really don't even care about who wins the Super Bowl this year.
I don't know. It's
one
like
of the
an
years
empty
I'm
feeling.
like,
I don't have Super Bowl's exciting every year, even if we're not in it. I do not care about this Super
I
Bowl.
really don't care.
There's nobody to root for. Damn, the Chiefs and the
Yeah.
Eagles just got in there by luck, like the Rams. Well, not as they got in there even luckier than the Rams last year. Again, injuries.
Yeah.
Injuries. 49ers got
Yeah,
everybody injured.
just like Stephen A. said, it was sad. It was very sad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even competitive. Like, of course they're going to stack the box because they can't run the ball.
You can't throw the ball.
Or they can't pass. You know what I mean?
And everybody knew it.
What can you do, bro?
Get beat.
But
That's
maybe
all you can do.
maybe we'll get Tom Brady or maybe even Aaron Rodgers. They got enough picks, draft picks to maybe trade for him.
Yeah, but who's going to pay him? Rodgers gets $50 million a year. That's
But he's a Niner boy. Maybe he'll take a pay cut. You never know.
Oh, these guys. Aaron Rodgers, he had his main man leave the team because he refused to be at least flexible on that. 50 mil? And Devontae said that was the reason why they were going to pay him anyway, but still. Aaron, you want a team around you? Stop crying about your receivers. You know, you didn't want $50 million and you're still getting your butt kicked?
Yeah, and look at Bosa. He said he don't care about being the highest paid defensive player.
See, that's the kind of people we need.
That's not exactly.
Bosa's going to get paid handsomely anyway.
It's like Tom Brady. He would always restructure his contract to get better players.
Yeah, I don't know if his agent would, but you're right. I don't know that Tom would care about how much he gets paid. Tom's disgustingly rich anyway. He doesn't need money. Yeah. But, you know, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
His grandkids going to have money, though. You know what I mean? He ain't going to be worried about money.
No. Tom, endorsement deal. Tom's salary every year was his pocket money. Tom Brady was making a fortune outside of that. I mean, TB12 makes some money. His whole organization and everything else. You know, he's Tom Brady.
Yeah.
You're going to see him making cameo appearances in movies and everything else. He can go get a job in a booth right now and get paid ridiculously. Tom Brady has plenty of options.
Exactly.
If he wants money, he'll go elsewhere to get it. Now, his agent may say, Tom, remember, I'm a part of this deal, Tom. I need money, Tom. I know about you, but I still need to get paid. I'm going for $30 million. That's your bottom price.
But think about it. But think about it too, Ronbo. What's the name? He's going to have surgery. He's going to be out for 6 months. Brock Purdy.
Well, he's going to have.
6 months.
They're going to determine what it's going to be. You got to wait to see if it's going to be.
We're already on February.
Maybe not. He could just get a repair. If he gets TJ surgery, yeah, you're right. He's done.
Yeah, and Trey Lance is still in the walking booth. He can't even move around.
And still as raw as he was when he came. So we got a lot of issues. See,
Yeah.
we're going to run out of time though. Let me see a Friday, fam, and let's get back on this.
Hey man. Hey, I'm still repping my Niners every day.
We got to do that.
Still tell people where to go and how to get there. Because I don't care. I rep my Niners no matter what.
That's what we do.
That's what we do. All right, brother. Have a good one, man. Give me a go Niners. Just for all time's sake.
You're Friday, fam.
All right, brother.
I just hope we get some good news sometime between now and draft day. So, you know, other fans are watching us complaining. I don't like to complain. I like to talk about domination. You know what I mean? Texas boy, Rams fans, Raider fans who won't leave me alone. You know this is going to come around full circle at some point, don't you? So just keep talking. Hey, yo, Roof, Howard.
What's up, man?
You know, we doing the 49er. Something coming up short, you know, again. You know, so,
yeah.
You know, here we go.
We're
looking for somebody. Steve Wilkes, Vic
Fangio.
Fangio, Chris Harris. those you could touch upon that. Anything else you want to do, Howard? Go right ahead.
Well, you say you wanted good news.
You got some, please share.
Lance says that he's gonna be. They say they're gonna be cleared in 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that. I saw him talking about that, and everything else he said as well. Yeah.
Yep. So that's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And yeah. So I like Steve Wilkes. I would rather have him as DC over Vic Fangio. And here's why. Look at how different those players played after Matt Rule left. The dumpster fire got taken out.
Hey, he fires people
and
up.
He came in, got them boys playing like they wanted it. That's something that we need around this time, in these parts. You know what I mean? After what happened this year, you know what I mean? These players, they're pissed. They feel sad, and you know what I'm saying? Like, they need some more juice. You know what I mean? You don't want a guy like
equal energy because you're right. Vic, yeah. I mean, Chris Harris does. Fangio players seem to play hard for him too. I mean, our guys always did, but you're right. Wilkes just
but
that
they didn't
team
know
like day and night difference.
Yeah, Vic Fangio, he just came in and just
put the X's and O's
guys out. Yeah, with X's and O's, really. Like, it was a whole bunch of veterans. You know what I mean? Like, this team
got that now.
This team has had. Yeah, this team is not really like a veteran riddled team. It's
a little bit of veteran. Got a lot of experience. So I mean, that linebacker group, the front line defense, not named Javon Kinlaw.
I mean, they're all young though, so.
Yeah, well, no, they're not old guys, but I mean, as far as leadership, I think they all pretty much have that on our defensive line now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think I would rather have a guy who showed the way for a dying team. You know what I mean? That was 1-4, 1-5, and they just came up short of making the playoffs.
I know what you're saying.
You know what I
I
mean?
like the rah-rah kind of coach. Remember Saleh, how successful he was?
Yeah.
Saleh had a guy, they hired a guy to hold Saleh back. Now, that's the kind of energy I like. You look at DeMeco. DeMeco was going nuts when his guys made a play. I've never seen Fangio do that.
Yep. Nah. He's never on the field. He's going to be in the booth. That's
right.
what he does.
I forgot about that part. He is up in the booth, which is where I wish Kyle would
yeah.
have been.
Yeah, it's like you won't feel his energy. He doesn't bring anything to the players other than just do this, do that. You know what I mean? That's it. You just get the plays and that's it. You can't even celebrate with Fangio.
There's something you respect about that kind of coach, though, because if you, as a ball player, you can tell that he knows what he's talking about, and you can feel if we follow this dude's lead, we can kick. That's a great element too, though. Look at Belichick.
Yeah.
I heard most of the team in New England didn't even like Belichick, but their defense was always knocked dead.
Yeah, exactly. No matter who you plug in, has always had a respectable defense, a really good defense. So, yeah, man, you just need somebody like that. That's just just keep it churning all the time, no matter what.
Bring something to the table.
But yeah. So as far as all these players and I know everybody's talking about Tom Brady this, Tom Brady that. How come nobody never talks about Lamar Jackson?
I know I saw that though. I saw Lamar Jackson's mentioned in some circles as I look around.
You see, it's like
Lamar's going to outprice.
Interesting.
You can't pay Lamar $250 million. See, that's why, I think they're hesitating in Baltimore. They don't want him to leave. They do not want him to leave. They're trying to figure out how to pay him and keep a team around him. They'd managed to do it, though, in Kansas City. So I don't know how they're going to do that, but he ain't leaving. I don't think. I would bet money against that.
I wouldn't think so either, but you know what I mean? Like, but it's intriguing to me. You know what I mean? Because people they tend to look down on him because they think he's not a good passer or whatever.
Yeah,
I
but he's
mean,
still a playmaker and winner. So
he's still a playmaker. He completes 2% less complete. He has 2% less than Patrick Mahomes in completion percentage, and he's regarded as the best quarterback in the league right now.
You 2%.
I mean, I'm just saying, and he's doing it with no weapons.
Well, that's interesting.
No weapons.
Really? That's interesting. I had no idea that they were that close.
Yeah.
that is an amazing thing. So maybe he has a right to ask for $250 million. You know, with all guaranteed. 64% to 65% is. What's his volume?
Is not a big difference.
What's his volume of passing though? Because Patrick throws a lot. Anyway, you know what? Listen, because we're going to talk about quarterbacking a lot Friday, fam. Let me see Friday, okay? That's amazing.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know about that. All right.
Yeah. You learn something new.
Yeah, apparently.
But
wow.
But
anyway. All right, fam. Howard, appreciate you, fam.
Get excited.
Friday,
get excited.
Right?
Get excited Friday, man. All right.
I'm gonna get out for this. Hoof. Howard.
All right, man. Peace.
Hey, yo, Anderson.
Man, what's going on, Ronbo, man?
Listen, you know how disappointed everybody is, man. This is ridiculous, man. Eagles slid on in there, and they know they got blessed. Like, I mean, the Lord loves him some Eagles, apparently.
Man, they got
They did not. They cannot beat the 49ers straight up. They can't.
Nah. Even though, you know what, though, even though I know all Brock Purdy could do was just hand the ball off, you know what it would have been nice Kyle could have did with his dumb ass? He could have put McCaffrey in the slot and put Mason in the backfield a couple of times. God damn. You know, I mean, what's the purpose of drafting rookies if you're not going to use them? I think Nick Sirianni didn't have no problem using that rookie. The rookie he had only that ran the ball in twice on our ass. Yeah, he had no problem with that. That's what I'm talking about, man. But you know what? Oh well. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of pissed off. I lost $500. Shit.
You had the right bet in mind too. If we don't get, I mean, we get Josh Johnson, and that's all we depend on. And Josh was terrified.
Oh man.
I mean,
when he touched the field, oh man, that's how I was thinking. As soon as he touched the field, I said, "Oh, that's game." God damn, that's $500. That's $500 again. And I'm like, "Ain't this a bitch?" But that picture circling around again with Kyle Shanahan sitting down with those speakers with his head down, with his head like, damn, it happened again.
That's how people are. Kyle's as tired of this as we are. The man is he's taking pain. The stress level.
Oh, man.
Kyle could be diagnosed with some serious conditions if this madness doesn't stop. The injuries to the quarterback. Unreal.
Man.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I hope, but you know what? I hope we fix that right side this off season, and I hope this loss just piss everybody off. And next season we doing the hurting. You know what I'm saying? Y'all quarterbacks getting hurt.
I know we never hurt anybody's quarterback. You're right.
I know
we never hurt anybody's quarterback.
We should have been hurt. We should have been hurting people. This defense should have been hurting people. And you know what? As far as the defense, it really don't matter who we get because we have the players that's needed for the positions to be played. So they're going to do fine with whoever we get on defense. We still have Chris Kasich, huh?
Yes, all
we still have Chris Kasich, huh?
Who?
We still have Chris Kasich,
you know
huh?
What? See, with Fangio and Kasich, because what Kasich likes to do, I wonder if Fangio is accepting of that, or does he let Kasich go and bring in his own coach? Does Kyle Shanahan allow that? Because if Kyle says, listen, Steve, Vic, we want you on board, but listen, we're not going to be comfortable with Chris Kasich being released, so he's going to have to be on your crew. If that's okay with you, we can proceed to get the paperwork out of the way. I'd tell him, too, I'm not getting rid of Kasich. He fires those guys up in a fantastic fashion.
Yeah. Nah, we need and man, like I say, as long as we keep him, we gonna be all right. We gonna be fine on the D line.
Right.
And the secondary, they gonna shoot. Secondary ought to be all right. You know what I'm saying? If we move so that Mosley coming back, it's gonna be a no fly zone because then we're gonna have Tavares Ward if he stay, and Jimmy Ward and Mosley, and I guess we're gonna move what we're gonna keep.
Yeah, so we might. I don't know about Ward. He may or may. You know, his contract just expired. Jimmy likes to play for the 49ers even if they pay him just lunch money, though. We'll see. Because he took a pay cut to stay with us.
Oh, shit.
He
might take another one. Because he already know. Because he know in his mind, if I'm going to win a ring, it's going to be with this team because ain't nobody else going to got it like us. He know.
Do you know he
That's why he might take another pay cut.
But do you know he almost played with the Eagles? He had an offer from the Eagles last year. But would they be the same team? I don't know. It's really funny. But all this have taken place in the same fashion. You never know. Damn it.
And I think whichever quarterback come back, start Trey or Brock, whoever come back, I think we should have a good season. We should have a good season.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get anybody but Josh Johnson. There must be somebody else. Kyle likes to get guys who know his system.
No more Josh. I would rather CJ Beathard be back there. Shit.
Right? Between him and Mullins? Even Beathard.
At least he would have took the hit and probably got up.
I know.
He was taking all of it.
That's why CJ's the bionic man.
Man.
Oh, he could take some hits. Whew, damn.
Yeah. And see, I don't know. I think I was watching one of the news stations. It was one of the announcers said something about their big screen for some strange reason. He was saying for some strange reason they didn't want to show the replay of that ball. So yeah, that game could have been rigged against us.
Anderson, you know what? Who is in control of that replay? Is that the network? Is that the Eagles? Who's running that thing? Because if they strategically fool Kyle by running that particular frame from that angle, and so Kyle's in it, we saw the play on the replay, and I think it's the Eagle organization because it's like I'm saying, one of the announcers was actually said this shit. Said for some strange reason they didn't show that replay again. They heard everybody tonight. They supposed to show that replay. And then after play
resumed, they should have showed it
a couple of minutes later. Then they showed finally the frame that shows that ball dribble on the way down. Oh!
They need it. Hey, you know what?
Neutral people need to run that. You can't be affiliated to the organization.
Since they putting all these new rules in, they need to. When something happen like that, they like, they need to take the points back and hey, y'all got to do that over. We gonna play the game fair. Y'all got to do that over.
You know the NFL.
You know
Network,
what I'm saying?
I know, but you know the NFL Network was watching, and like Kyle says, he shouldn't have said it because that should have been reviewed by the NFL. Kyle, no, Kyle, you don't know.
Kyle,
you throw the flag.
Kyle, man, he be making some boneheaded decisions sometimes. And DeMeco, I'm not gonna say I wish you success because I don't want to have to go against him. We have to play out. You know what I'm saying?
I know,
but
we're gonna have to play the Jets at some point too.
That's a good move for him. Hope he has success. Who knows? I might run into him when I go to Houston. I might run into him.
And when you see him, you tell for us, DeMeco, why the hell you want to come over here, man? You know these people ain't right. And you know if DeMeco gets fired the first year, Anderson, we're out of time though. Let me see you Friday,
man. For sure. Empire, keep your head up. We gonna get it. We gonna get it, man. As long as them Cowboys don't get it, it's all good because a lot of them lost. A lot of them lost a lot of money too.
That makes you feel better. All right, fam.
As long as the Cowboys don't get 6 before us,
everything's gonna be all right. I know. All right,
everything gonna be fine. All right. Shout out Ronbo. Shout out production.
Thanks, man.
All right.
All right. We have got to stop having these meetings at this time of the year every year, though, man. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Ronbo, how are you tonight?
Terrible, Brian. I just don't. I need some satisfaction on this time of year. We can't get it. We just can't get it. We just can't get it. We're going to.
And I gotta say salute to you because I'm feeling about the same way. But with you and your platform, allowing everybody to come in and this is therapy. This really does help everybody.
I
I
better
think.
having called this meeting and hearing this. It's like a group hug. It's therapeutic. You're right. I like that. We need this.
So listen to all the calls and all the questions tonight. I'd like to start answering some of them if it's cool with you.
Go right ahead.
Kyle Shanahan, he definitely has something to. He might not be at fault, but he's definitely. You got to blame somebody, right? And you got to start at the top.
No, true.
So
since Jimmy's not
why
available
was
this
it?
year.
Yeah, right. And even when he was on the sideline smiling and stuff,
Yes,
he gets
it's still your fault,
smiling
Jimmy.
too.
Exactly.
So somebody brought this up in a good, they brought it up in a another video, another channel. Jimmy's always smiling.
I try
When is
to
he
tell
not
people, I just,
smiling?
you guys read too much into that. See him in the press conferences, Jimmy's always got a grin on his face. It doesn't mean anything.
Maybe it's like what if it's like nervous, tics or something like that. He's just always smiley or whatever. I don't know. But hey, so who Josh Johnson, 10-year vet, 10 teams, 8 years in the league or something, or 8 teams, 3 times with the Niners.
Yeah.
And you're gonna tell me you're going in the NFC Championship game and you don't know in the locker room that your helmet, your microphone, and your helmet doesn't work?
Right.
Right. So is that on Kyle? Is that on the equipment managers? I mean, is that on Josh Johnson? So and then for him to come in and then not be prepared, who's that on? Is that on Josh Johnson? Because you are a veteran, and with us being as limited on our quarterbacks and this being a team that could really get quick and hit.
I have no problem blaming Josh
Who
on that myself.
did not say,
If you're asking,
man, you need to
for an
be
answer,
ready?
Josh. He had no idea.
So he should have been ready. He should have been. I mean, this is the next game to the Super Bowl, and you're going to be like sitting on the sidelines eating popcorn or something. Like, come on, So if we was to fire Kyle Shanahan, I don't think that's really the best decision right now since like everybody's being picked up already. We could have, moved DeMeco up. We could have taken and got Sean Payton as our head coach. There were several options out there, and everybody's getting swooped on. So if you ask who do I think, we could take a shot on Jack Del Rio. He did really good. He did good with the Jaguars. He did really good with the Raiders. He got his team to the playoffs, and then they dumped him. They dumped him for Gruden.
I bet they're still kicking themselves about that.
Yeah, that he actually had Carr playing really good, before he got hurt, So
and they
maybe he got
you could
Carr
tell the
hurt,
players
but-
rallied around him.
Yeah, he's like kind of like a John Lynch kind of figure, I think. So maybe they need more of that kind of role in the locker room. I don't know, but if Purdy's as hurt as he is, it's gonna be 6 to 12 months. I don't want to see him play next year. I want to see him just take the whole year off, get his arm right. He could have really bad scar tissue where they gonna make it difficult for him to
Brian,
operate again if they push it.
Where'd you see that? I saw that, and I thought they weren't conclusive yet. But that's right. He's 6
gonna
to 12 months.
He's gonna get a second opinion, and right now he's deciding on whether or not he wants to go through with the surgery and see if So he's still gonna get
Because
a
his
second
dad's a ball
opinion.
player. He's going to say something about that TJ surgery, and that is a year off.
So we can't count on him. And then Trey Lance, he hopefully everything heals up and he's the guy to go. But even if he's not the guy, or if he is the guy, we need another quarterback.
Yeah.
And if Tom Brady wants to take a cheap deal, or hey, if he wants to come here, he's going to make that choice. It's not going to be Kyle's choice. He's going to veto Kyle. He's going to go to Jed. And
Brian,
it's not going to be.
I
his
can't wait till
decision.
Friday. Brian, what are you going to do? You're going to fire Kyle and get another coach? Tom and Kyle aren't going to get along for 5 minutes. Not
Well,
as
would
far as
he
the
even
game
really have a
goes.
choice? I mean, at this point, like everybody was saying, Tom Brady has been able to stay healthy for the majority of his career, and
I know,
if
dropping
he
to the
is back
ground
there
and
throwing the
going into
ball
fetal
around,
position. I ain't mad at him though.
if the
That's
refs
smart.
see him get hit in a certain way, we're gonna get the flag thrown for us. So, and then really quick, I know everybody's probably calling in, or I might be the last one, but the whole idea with who we're gonna get for our coordinator, Fangio's been around the Niners for the last couple of years. He knows there's going to be an opportunity for him to come back. He was like an advisor just recently. He's been at our training camps. I'm sure he's been at other teams and stuff like that too, but
Eagles.
He's more than likely coming back. And for people to say, oh, he doesn't run the 3-4 or 4-3, he runs a hybrid. And he's a really good defensive coach. So he can change the defense, or he can make it run the way it is.
And you make a good point. Otherwise, they wouldn't be talking to him. But anyway,
So,
we're going to talk.
and the other thing is like we
quick.
have so many players that could be going for free agency this year.
Oh.
We're going to have to replace a whole bunch of different players. So the people that are going to be being replaced or staying are going to fit this new defensive scheme, or vice versa with whatever is going to happen. I don't think they fired Kyle, but he's got to make sure somebody's taking care of the equipment manager or something. So. Hey, Ronbo, thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it.
Everybody stay safe.
I'll be looking at your mail on Twitter. I've been busy being angry, so I promise you, Bryant. All right, fam.
Yeah, just respond back to me there, and I'll talk to you then. But hey, stay safe for everybody, and we'll talk to you guys on Friday. Go Niners.
Night, Bryant. Yes, indeed. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, ain't nothing nice going on, and I'm so tired of us having to go through this each and every year at this exact same time, where teams that are inferior to us is rolling on up into the Super Bowl. It's just weird. But here's another year where we have to, and we lose people. Charles, we lose people every year because we look so damn good before we get excused. Now they took this guy, they take this guy. Now they're taking DeMeco.
Yeah.
Who do you like to replace him?
Well, the interim head coach from the Panthers, I like him.
Steve Wilkes.
But Wilkes. I like him, but the other guy, Fangio. He's a really good coach. It's like he's a no nonsense type guy. So we need this type of leadership too. So I think they're really good candidates. But I really like Wilkes. But I got something to say about this. I haven't called in since we lost, and but I've never seen somebody made mention of this might have been the setup. It might have been planned. Because when you look at this tight end, I don't even know when the last time when was the last time he lined up, for a play, especially blocking or going out for pass.
Tyler.
Like when did he come in the first quarter to do anything? You get what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying?
I know. It's so funny because like Papa Dragon said, who do you want to put over there on that side? And I thought about what he said. I said, well, Croft is a sacrificial lamb, but he needs to at least get in the way. He didn't even touch him. Reddick went by him like he wasn't even there.
And then when you looked at McGlinchey on the same play, I was looking at it when I was waiting my turn. I mean, he falls over, like he usually does. That's why,
God help us.
And I wish I was GM. He'd be the first one. I'm telling you, as soon as I signed the ink on my contract, I'd be getting the pink slip for him. Man, I can't believe he's been with this team for 5 years.
He's coming back, Charles. He's coming back.
He ain't coming back.
I guarantee you. And we should hold a bet amongst 49er fans and get a pool going, because you know what? They're going to bring him back.
They're not going to bring that boy back. Yeah, not gonna bring that point back, man.
Charles, you're going to be buying a
He
Michael
gets-
McGlinchey jersey next year, fam. I'm telling you. We're going to be crying and McGlinchey. Because, Charles, here's the thing. They don't want it. Michael McGlinchey's been with us for 4 years, and they like him because of his run blocking. They don't put value. Priority one with the 49ers is not pass protection. With Kyle, it's run blocking ability. And Michael McGlinchey's one of the best road graders in the league. But don't ask him to protect your quarterback. Now, see, that's where you and I have a problem. Because if you're not going to protect the quarterback and he's going down every year, all of them are going down every year, then, Kyle, we have to figure something out here.
Man,
And I'm not sure what Kyle's thinking. But they're going to rehire him.
So, it's a headache and half. And the fact that we had Josh Johnson, I was like, how is it that we have
Some
a
of these
roster?
things are funny.
How is it that we have a roster full of all-stars? I mean, not all-stars, Pro Bowlers. You have really good depth at all positions except for quarterback. When we pick up Josh Johnson, what?
He knows.
Dude,
Charles,
how do we
this.
pick up Josh?
He knows He knows what Kyle does.
No.
And that's the reason why. He doesn't know how to.
Not with this roster.
I agree.
Not with this opportunity.
I'm trying to help you understand why they did that.
You have to pick up a quality veteran quarterback that can play the position. He doesn't have to be a mobile quarterback, but he has to understand the position.
And not be scared. Did you see Josh?
And not be scared. Yes.
And don't be stupid. If your head equipment, if your helmet's not working, Josh, before you run out on the field, wasn't that helmet working or not? Go tell somebody, Josh. Oh,
and I
delay
agree.
a game.
I agree with the person that said that Kyle Shanahan needs to be fired. He needs to be fired because we run into this every year. I mean, this is his fifth year. Every time we get to this point, we always have some issue come up. Dude, there's so many things that went wrong all at once, and that could have been alleviated. I mean, like I said, Cross, when does he ever play? I can't. When does he ever? Man,
he makes cameo appearances most of the time. I don't
know.
Charlie Warner should have been there. He could at least slowed him down.
Was he injured? Charlie Warner was he injured?
I don't know.
Man,
it's too late. Charles, we you know what? Let's see what you know what we're going to be the biggest. All of us are going to be the biggest skeptics. Even me, who's always optimistic. Next year, if I see one thing wrong, I know I'm going to go off. I'm going to get triggered by every little thing. I never wanted to get like this, but they got to stop this.
We kept Demo as he's the most suspect cornerback. Dude, what? We got McGlinchey. That's a suspect.
Okay, but Charles, we got to go. But listen, I got to defend Demo. He got better and better. He didn't hurt us. The last few weeks, he made a few mistakes, but he always did a good job later during the course of the game.
But my point
Michael
is,
Grinch on the hand's another story.
We could have done better. That's all.
Yeah. And they're going to be looking. You remember we lost our guy. He got hurt. But Charles, we got to go.
Yeah.
Let me see you Friday, and let's see what we got going on with Brady. And I know you got plenty to say about that, but we'll see. All right. We look over. We don't have it. Okay. Hey,
Can you hear me?
Yes, Bill. Come on in. We're looking for a DC replacement. Anything else you want to add?
I was bummed out when we lost, but I thought about it. I mean, just thinking about it, what if this happened in the Super Bowl?
That would have been worse, more devastating. That's true. I entertained those same thoughts, Bill. I did. And we would have been.
What if this would have happened in the Super Bowl? We got all the hype. We're going to win. And then we just have to watch the Lombardi just literally be handed to the other team. Literally. No way to fight. No way to win. You just have to hand them the trophy.
Oh. And they would have been doing a little dance. Mahomes is doing his strut and acting all. Oh, that would have really burned me up. And Chris, what's his name? What's that asshole that plays for them at the tackle?
Kelsey.
Chris, what? Smith?
I don't remember.
Anyway,
but Travis Kelsey would have been having the time.
Posting things on Twitter that you want to find him and kill him. But go ahead.
Right. So, it's a lesson we can learn. Maybe Kyle learned his lesson. I was for wanting to get rid of him, but I did some thinking.
Bill,
who are we
been
going
to
to get to
too many
replace Kyle?
times. We've graduated with honors. I don't want to learn any more about this. We got to make these adjustments.
Who will we replace?
Oh. Bill? Whew, man, yeah, we've been through this class too many times, and we still are getting schooled in the same fashion. Hey, Liam. Bill, you can get back in.
Bravo.
Liam, as we sit here, as you can see, we've not recovered. This is going to take a while, Liam, because this is the first time when we got beat by the Chiefs. Okay, they beat us. We got beat by the Rams last year. Yeah, they beat us because of what they beat us by. But this year, this is hard to swallow. We're going to find out on that Super Bowl how seriously right we were. I just know it.
Oh yeah. The Eagles should get spanked.
Oh.
The Chiefs are going to destroy them.
I see a bloodbath. Because I see what we did. That's
no
what
doubt.
I say, they wouldn't have beat us with a quarterback. How are they going to deal with the Chiefs? No.
No.
And Andy Reid's going to.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, because he used to coach there.
Yep.
Has he played the Eagles in the Super Bowl with the Chiefs? I don't think so.
No. I don't even know how many times they've played, actually, in the last few years.
Anyway,
who's that guy
Fangio?
yelling
I
in the
like.
background? I'm feeling him. I want to do that. Anyway, go ahead.
So, I think Fangio's just like a more conservative sort of approach, like a more old school. This guy was born in 1958, man.
Yeah,
he's old school.
And
he's been in the NFL for 33 years.
Yeah. Kyle better realize.
So
he's got to answer all the questions according to what they need to be answered. You're right. This team may not be ready to do that. You're right.
But he might be I don't know, like everywhere he's gone, he's had tremendous success. He leads in turnovers. His defenses take away the football. And everywhere. He's coached with so many teams.
Experience is not an issue.
And, I look at what Greasy did with the quarterback room,
Shocking.
Like everybody's credited Greasy with like really advancing the development of these guys.
He did, even Jimmy.
So, so if we think about it in that way, maybe Fangio is just going to be. Apparently, he was consulting with the Eagles all season.
Somebody in the chat said he was out there during the game helping show the Eagles how to beat our ass. And then he says, "All right, guys, thanks. We'll see you. I'm gonna see if I can get a job elsewhere. But good luck to you in the future."
Yeah, I feel like I gotta make one more comment, and it's about quarterback.
Go ahead.
We got to decide. I think we should be decisive now. I think last year it made a lot of sense to hang on to Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
I do think it's complicated, but
it is extremely.
I think we got to figure out what the deal with Purdy is. I think Purdy has shown us. I forget who it was that said this. Maybe it was Irvin on a radio interview or something. He's like, Purdy has shown us his floor. Like, he's only going to get better.
Yeah. Oh, he's only played 12 games, or 8, 9, 10 games.
Yeah. Like, we've only seen this guy's floor. So if we're confident in the injury situation, I would say, like, go all in on Purdy now and build around that and bring in the right backups and figure that out, but go all in.
I love the figure out what right backups. You know, with our injury rate, you better bring in the right. I don't want to see any more Josh Johnsons. And here's the thing: if he has to have TJ surgery, that's bad. He's not going to be back for a
So then there's this talk of Brady, right? Which, you know, I don't know. I saw a clip of him on NFL Films just recently. He was mic'd up or something. And the way he was talking to his teammates, I thought, like, I know people say he's the GOAT, and, like, I don't know if there's, like, he has a bad rap and people don't talk about it. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe we got to put some respect on his name here. But, like, what I saw in that clip, he was being pretty rude to his teammates. It sounded like he was being a little whiny baby. And, like, to me, that doesn't square with the ethics of a Kyle Shanahan, John Lynch football team.
Liam, you know what? And we all have seen Brady go through those temper tantrums. Listen, you know what? I didn't know what we ran out of time somehow. Okay, listen. We're going to be talking about Brady Friday. And
okay. Okay. Sorry, I went there.
No, it's okay. As I said, there's no boundaries tonight. I just said we were trying to figure out the DC situation. But it's Brady's show Friday. Promise you. All right, Phil.
All right. Oh my God, this is going to be a never-ending.
No matter
Brady.
what,
it's going to be ridiculous.
Even if we won a Super Bowl.
But you know, hey, if Jimmy stays too, like, I'm open to that. I know everybody's going to hate on that, but you know me. I love Jimmy. So
you and me both. But you know what? They may not have any choice.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, Purdy cost us $900,000 and no $850,000 this year.
So
like
bad.
Lance's signing bonus was $5.5 million.
Liam,
Purdy cost nothing. Okay, bye.
Because it's all Friday.
Okay, bye.
Save it. We're going to do that Friday.
Bye.
All right. Night, Liam.
All right. Bye.
And Japan says, and these are the things we always get mad about, but hindsight's always 20/20. Worse was available, but we drafted Kinlaw instead.
Ronbo, what's up? My phone cut off somehow.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill. And I think some of your time went to poor Liam. Okay, but anyway, go ahead.
But like I was saying, I know we wanted to win the Super Bowl this year. I wanted it this year, and I know the team wanted it. But, I mean, look at how everything transpired. We had a good season, and, you know, it's going to be comical. The Eagles are never going to get over this Super Bowl loss. It's not just going to be a Super Bowl loss. Look at who they're going to be losing to. The guy that couldn't win them a Super Bowl for 14 years, the guy that they fired, and the guy that's going to be the one to beat them in the Super Bowl. That's just going to add so much salt in the wound that when we play the Philadelphia Eagles this coming season, they're not going to be the same Philadelphia Eagles we played in the playoffs, because they're going to be like, you want to talk about the worst Super Bowl hangover of all time.
They're going to join the Rams. Yeah.
Uh-huh. So, and there ain't going to be any other team that's going to be in our way, you know. And you know what? I said last year, the beginning of the season, probably best to get Brady, but we wouldn't have had the spectacle of Purdy. But we need to give the kid a chance to heal. He took quite a hit from Reddick. I think that's who hit him, right?
Yeah. He's going to get a chance to heal.
Yeah,
the question is, how long is it going to take? If he's going to have Tommy John surgery, that's it for him next season.
Right. So, and we got to win it. We got a team to win now, and you know.
That's what I'm talking about. You can't wait for anybody to heal up or get better. They got to be able to play now.
The question is, how good is Kyle as a coach? Because a really good coach can go over his pride when you know his job might be on the line. Because right now we'll have him back next season. He's coming back.
Who, Kyle?
But
oh yeah.
Yeah. What if he don't win the Super Bowl this coming season?
Bill, you know what the problem is?
He might get fired.
No, because Jed's not going to fire Kyle unless we have a 2 and 14 or 15 season or 3, and we have to get our ass handed to us for Kyle to get fired.
Right.
We're competing every year.
Right.
We're falling
Right.
short,
And
but we're competing. He's not going to fire him.
Right. So, to lower his pride of being a good coach, he wants to be called a genius guru. Why not bring the GOAT in? Why not learn something from him? Let him win us a Super Bowl. Send him on with the trophy.
He's older than
And
Kyle
then-
anyway. Kyle needs to listen.
Right. Right. Listen to him, take some pointers, and then build around Purdy the following season. And who's to say? We might go back to back.
Yeah. But it's funny. I can see that now. All right, Kyle, listen. Quiet. Respect your elders. Now, listen. I've been where you want to go. Now, here's what we're going to do. Oh, God. They need to, if they do, somebody film it and post it up.
Have Kyle, have Brady, hold the clipboard for him, showing him the plays, helping him out. And who knows? Brady might leave as a quarterback and come back as an offensive coordinator for the 49ers.
No, Brady's too much of a diva. He's going to go into the booth and be a celebrity. That's not his style. He's not going to coach. But,
it may take 10 years, then he might step in.
Well, if he feels like coming back, yeah.
Yeah, he might step in. Yeah, I can see that. There's something that won't come, but, he has 7 rings. I tack a few more on as a coach.
He's got, well, maybe, but he's got nothing to. Brady has no reason to play football anymore. He just loves the game. He's got nothing to prove.
He could play to get a standing ovation on a walkout, playing as a 49er as his dream.
That's the ultimate push right there. That he could go out a 49er, his childhood team, and go out with a parade.
Here's another perk with that. Every Niner fan don't like to hear it. But who is Roger Goodell's best friend in the whole entire world?
I have no idea. Is it Tom?
Tom Brady.
Where's that right? I never heard that before.
I have to find that clip. He is so fixed on Tom Brady that the rest will be on our side if he came to our team next season.
Okay,
I promise you, I will put all my 49 gear on the line and bid it that we would win it because
Bill,
I know that would be it.
You know what? We're gonna have to, Bill. It's gonna be the Tom Brady show Friday anyway. So bring that stuff back, and we're gonna be going over that. Okay. And in the meantime, have a great night.
I want a 49er shout out, and none of y'all don't have breaks. Get over it. Smile. Be enthusiastic. Be excited for next season, and enjoy the Eagles meltdown.
I know. If there's any reason to watch, but I don't like the Chiefs either. That's a problem, Bill. All right, Bill, you ready? Here it comes. 3.
I hate them. But send the hamburger eating Andy Reid back home after. Let him retire.
Bill, we're gonna shout out here. Niners!
All right.
All right,
bye.
Bill. Bye. Hey, Frank.
Ronbo.
Frank, remember them days down through the middle of winter and everything? We was just having a good time. Isn't this crazy how, as we head towards spring, everything done turned to poo-poo? Frank, you know what, though? When I say that, I mean a whole lot of things. I don't mean just the game. DeMeco left. Now, you know, we got to go through a reinstallment. Not fully, but we got to look for the next coach to make some changes on a defense that didn't need no fixing. You got Steve Wilks, Vic Fangio, Chris Harris are the most recent names we've heard about. Do you have a preference amongst those gentlemen? Or do you have somebody else in mind or anything else you want to add?
No, I go with Vic. I like Vic Fangio. You know, he's been around us. You know, he was with us with the Harbaugh days. You know, he was good. I just go with Vic. I mean, you can't go wrong with Vic or Steve Wilks. You know, you can't go wrong with the two. But I ain't worried about, you know, they'll handle that, Ronbo. But what more we need to see, Ronbo? 6 years. That's enough body of work. That Kyle Shanahan, Ronbo.
Oh, you mean as far as Shanahan? Well,
yeah. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm tired, Ronbo.
the thing is, you got to keep in mind, you're in the Super Bowl conversation every year.
But Ronbo, it don't mean nothing if you can't break through. Andy Reid was in Philly. They was in the combo every year, and he could never get it done. So we went to Kansas City. That's what Kyle Shanahan turning us into. The numbers and everything the same. You can look it up.
See, my problem is who you going to bring in. This is the thing. You got to be careful.
We can't be scared of that though, Ron. But
I got to be scared of that because if they bring in a person in here that's just totally inadequate, then we're going to be wishing we wouldn't have got rid of Shanahan, is which I'm scared about.
Ronbo, but he can't win the big game, Ronbo. It's the same regime every year. It's the same movie over and over. It's the same movie.
Frank, here's the thing. John Madden went for years with the Raiders and could not get over the hump. They beat hell out of that league every year, and it would come time to win. It's like the announcer always says, Madden's an awesome coach, but can't seem to win the big ones.
Well, we not the Raiders, no. Why we got 5 in the coach inside.
I know, but sometimes the stars are not going to line until they.
Ronbo, we can't make excuses for Cal. Ronbo, he do the same thing over here. He a great Ronbo. I'm not giving him no more excuses. There's 6. As long as we get Brady, I'm all on board with Tom Brady. Everything. We don't have no quarterback right now. We don't know what the praise Brock Purdy get healed up real quick, but we don't know. It might be 6 months to 12 months. Like we don't know. Trey Lance still in the boot. So we don't have nobody. Bring Brady, build that offensive line. Bring Brady in. Brady know what to do, man. He
build that offensive line. How many years have we been saying that?
Yes. We had no choice but to do it. I mean, they have no choice now but to do it. But I say, Cal, he's not the answer, Ron. But I had enough. I've seen enough.
We may be able to.
I've seen enough, Ron. We need a new voice. We need a new voice in that locker room, Ron. He a great scheme. I give him that. He a scheme you open to death. He a great offensive coordinator, but as far as being a leader and a head coach, no, he's not. The play that he did, the Brock Purdy got hurt. You was wide open. That's what Brock Purdy was going to. Well, but you got Taylor Crawford. Yeah, you was wide open, probably win him a touchdown. They showed you wide open.
But Frank,
why you got Taylor Crawford right there blocking though, Ronbo?
I need my players.
But Ronbo, you got Ronbo, but Crab, you got Taylor Crawford. He ain't been in that situation and blocked in a while, Ronbo. You could have put Kittle over there, at least to try. If you gonna run that, then why you doing that with your rookie? Why you putting that much? You want to protect him. Like we gotta stop.
For 2 years.
Well, we gotta stop making it. While we making excuses for Cal, though, we gotta stop that.
No, I'm just saying.
We gotta stop 6. No, but I hear what you're saying.
Job,
but 6. Yeah, they do, Ronald. But 6 years of body of work. We seeing with Cal displaying. We not winning nothing. Here's what Cal do. We start on games we should win. We lose. Then we get on the train. We win a rack of games and take off. We back in love with Cal. And then next thing you know, Cal break out hot. When they get down to when we pose it, when he break out hot. It never fails. It's the same thing. He's doing it every year. We're going to go through this. We need a new voice. I'm tired, Ronbo. I'm really tired. I'm getting stressed out. I'm taking blood pressure medicine right now like I'm tired, Ronbo. Like, it's overwhelming, man. I'm done. I'm tired, man. Like, we not going to be the same thing next year. It's a Cal wanted, he just think he's just so Albert Einstein. He's just smarter than everyone. I don't know. I'm just tired of it, Ronbo. I'm tired, man. We get close every year, and then boom, we drop the ball. Like, you didn't even challenge the play. You see the receiver getting up real quick because you know he dropped it. Cal, challenge the play, Cal. Like, you're not a rookie, Cal. Challenge it, Cal. What are you waiting? Philly at home. They not going to show the. If somebody from Philly organization would have showed their clip again, they would have been fired. Yeah. They would have, come on now, Cal. You the coach. Come on, this is for all the marbles. And the much as I don't like Philly, but Philly gave it to us. They were the leading sacking. They gave it to us. They in the trenches. We ain't had no answer. They gave it to us. I'm gonna take my head off on for their defensive line. They came and was out aggressive, and outperformed us. They did that. They did exactly what they supposed to do. I would knock your quarterback out, and y'all can't do nothing. So I'm not mad at Philly. Philly did what they supposed to do because we would have did the same thing if it was vice versa. So I'm take my head off to Philly. If they win the Super Bowl, good luck with it. I don't care who wins. But I'm mad at Cal, Ron. But we need to stop. I'm not giving them no more excuses. I'm tired. I'm done. 6 years is a long time, Ron. 6 years is a long time.
Bring some names and some coaches because we all say
I mean,
this.
I
but nobody has
don't know.
any-
We just
any
had to
options.
we just had to research, Ron.
'Cause
Research,
okay.
and I don't know. We just had to research and figure it out, Ron. But it's the
Right.
same thing, the same regime every year. I mean, everybody time, Ron. We need
No,
to
I
we
am
need to
too.
see
I
some
just
jewels, some
want to
hardware.
know if I can
You
get
know
me
what I'm
another
saying? That's
coach in
what I'm
there
saying.
that can at least take me as far as Kyle. Now, if you can't do better than Kyle, I don't need you. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, right now, what it's looking like, I'm on the train for Brady, man. I think it's
No,
John Lynch gonna pull
I'm
that
talking about
trigger, man.
coach because that
No, I
injury
know.
thing
I'm
is-
just saying. I'm just saying that's the only way we gonna win something. You know,
Well,
with Brady.
we
I
would have won
believe
it
that.
this year
With Brady.
with Pinky Lee if he wasn't scared. Josh got scared. I was
Man,
embarrassed.
you shouldn't. I don't even know why you picked Josh Johnson. You could have got any other. Like I don't know what they thinking. Like he know what shit. I'm like, come on, guy. Josh Johnson. Like, come on, man.
Well, he was supposed
Come
to.
on, man.
He
It's just
ought to be
embarrassing,
ashamed.
man. This is embarrassing, Ronbo.
It is.
We lost 4 quarterbacks in one season. I never seen a game like that, Ronbo. Lumps at it like that. Never seen nothing like that.
We got.
I'm just
I
tired
don't
of
want to
it,
see it
man.
again either.
I'm
Boy,
tired,
that was
man.
awful.
So I mean, I know I appreciate you, Ron, but I love you. Like, thank you for letting us, share our emotions, Ron. But we really appreciate you, man. I really appreciate you. I couldn't wait till Tuesday come. I like, man, I gotta talk to Ron, bro. I gotta let my frustrations out.
Man, come on, bring some more Friday. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, I will bring some Friday, man. Love y'all. Faithful, everybody. Stay up, stay blessed, man. Let's just get ready for the drama, man. All right, y'all.
That's what we got to do, Frank. Have a good night, family. Be all right. All right. And Chapin says the real risk is that Purdy won't be the same. This injury is one of the toughest to come back from. Baseball players will tell you that in a heartbeat. Mullins had the same injury, never the same. So, it's a frightening thing. So we're back to, oh, my God. Brady may actually get a job. I don't know how they're going to pay him. Jimmy's going to be in the mix. Who else is out there that's going to be available? Lamar Jackson and $250 million. That's out. That's not going to happen. Oh, Big Show, come on in, man. Big Show, get in here, man. It's not fun night tonight. It's just I can't even sing my Big Show song. God, this is annoying.
And if you want to continue it not to being fun and stick to the same script, then you're going to continue not to have fun for years to come. Because if you stick to the same script and expect a different result each year, it's not going to happen. If we get a new quarterback, I don't care who it is. I don't want Kyle Shanahan anywhere near Santa Clara. Because he's a relative you tell who's an alcoholic and doesn't believe he's an alcoholic. Because he likes to continue with the same players he has on his offense year after year after year, who's familiar with him year after year after year after year. And where does it get him? Nowhere. This is year 6, Ronbo. At some point there's no gray area. There's no middle ground. At some point you're gonna have to start holding Kyle Shanahan accountable. Ronbo, we don't have an answer a long-term answer at quarterback right now. You know how dangerous that is?
It's
going into each
I
year.
haven't talked about it. I didn't want to talk about Tom Brady.
And that's how
and here
Shanahan's
comes
fault.
Friday, and we're going to do that. I don't know
That's
what we're going to
Kyle
talk about.
Shanahan's fault because he wanted Kirk Cousins in 2017. He didn't get Kirk Cousins, and therefore he didn't evaluate a quarterback in 2017 in the draft that year when he knew we needed one. And you want to continue with it.
I agree with that. Why depend on Kirk Cousins?
We would not
And
be
you don't
in
even know
this
if you could have got him.
situation if we drafted a quarterback back in 2017.
And that was a good year for quarterbacks, wasn't it? My God, it was a great year for quarterbacks.
What did Andy Reid do? What did Andy Reid do when they
Traded
lost to
up
the Patriots
and
in
got
the Super
Patrick
Bowl?
Mahomes.
I'm sorry. What did Andy Reid do when they lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl that offseason?
I forgot.
What was the first thing they did? They revamped that offensive line. They tore it down to the studs.
Ah, yes.
They got new offensive linemen, Ronbo. And what do we do with our second-round pick in the draft the year we don't have any first-round picks? Oh, loop-de-doo, we draft another defensive lineman who we didn't even play in an NFC game or any of the playoff games. That's the drunk Shanahan right there, who you tell is a drunk, but he doesn't believe it. He's content with his offensive lineman that he has. And we're out here screaming for offensive linemen.
But I do have to ask the question:
And that can't keep the quarterback healthy.
Can he overrule decisions made in that office? Is he the guy that gets to call the last
He got
shot?
overruled by the quarterback that was selected in 2021 in Trey Lance when we all know he wanted Mac Jones.
Okay, see, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Kyle does not have full authority in that room. I think they put things to a vote.
I don't understand why people would want to continue with this man. I really don't. Like, what hope do you have left in him? What do you see that we're not seeing?
Well,
how long have Trez and I been calling for this?
I know. Players love him, though.
And you all thought we were crazy. Oh, there's nobody else out there. Who's going to be better than Kyle
But
Shanahan?
show, that's
oh
a
my
legitimate.
God, we're going to come back to the Chip Kelly days.
Show.
The
That's a
Chip
legitimate.
Kelly days.
A concern.
We have our nucleus in place right now, you idiots.
Show.
You not
The thing
understand
is,
that?
who
They're young.
isn't?
They're hungry. They want a Super Bowl ring.
All
They're
that
ready to win now.
It's easy to agree with all that, but who do you bring in, Show? See, that's the thing. If anybody brings
Bravo,
an attractive
Shane
name.
Steichen, the Eagles' offensive coordinator. I told you about that when we were 3-4 this season.
Who?
Shane Steichen, the offensive coordinator from the Eagles.
Oh, I do remember you mentioning somebody from the
That's
Eagles.
who you bring in.
That's the guy. Huh?
You look at the Callahan, the offensive coordinator for the Bengals. You look at Eric Bieniemy. Those type of people. That's not Andy Reid being creative on offense. That's Eric Bieniemy.
That's right. He is the OC. But some of Andy is involved in that as well. At some point,
we don't have a long-term. The
biggest
red flag for me is we don't have a long-term answer at the most important position on this team, and that's quarterback. That is very alarming. And you all want to continue with this, coach, some of you. Are you kidding me right now? Defend him in a very compelling way, in a very persuasive way on why we should continue with Shanahan. Yes, he gets us there, but he freaking chokes year after year. He choked in Atlanta. He choked in 2019. He choked in 2021. He choked in 2022. What is it going to take for you to wake up? He's not the answer. Stop worrying about there's nobody out there.
I do wonder, though, if people are, some of Jed's constituents are saying the same things. Well, Show, this may all come into fruition at some point.
And one more quick point.
Real quick.
Not only did Andy Reid fix his offensive line, but he went out and upgraded his receivers as well when they lost Tyreek Hill. We have running backs that receivers, Ronbo. Why do you think our quarterbacks are standing back there all the freaking time with all the time in the world and nobody looked to throw downfield? Because there's no one there. They're running backs.
I know. Well, Ayuk was not
It's
bad.
got to change, man.
Yeah. Anyway, but Danny Gray is
Otherwise,
definitely
we're going to
a
continue down
bad
the
pick.
same road we are right now. Loss after loss after loss after
Sure.
loss after loss. Oh,
So-
we should have won.
Big Show.
It's a ref's fault. No, it's not.
Breathe, fam. Listen, we got to go. And I'll be back Friday for more.
All right.
And bring it, okay?
I don't care who you see. We're not going to win with Kyle Shanahan. The NFC game or a Super Bowl. So,
All right.
if you want to continue with this, then good luck. It's not going to happen. All right, take care, all.
All right, Joe. Have a good night, fam. Whew. We're really not having fun, are we? All right. Hey, Casey.
First I love you, then I hate you, then I love you again, Ronbo. That's how it goes. I was at the store today and I see a guy in a Trey Lance jersey, and I was like, hey man, it's only like 2 days removed from Brock Purdy, and we're already throwing the Lance jersey on, and then we got Big Show over here, declaring that Kyle Shanahan is a loser after not losing a game for 3 years. It feels like, and then
12
forgot what it
games in a
was like
row.
to lose a game.
I sometimes I do think we may be asking too much. I mean,
And all the Niners do is win. And then, Purdy gets his arm broken.
I know. What
and
are the odds
Josh Johnson
of
shows
that
up,
happening?
and then Josh Johnson gets knocked out, and and then Purdy somehow goes back into the game. 'Cause he's tough
And
as
everybody
nails,
knows he can't use his arm.
Yeah, he goes back into the land of Ndamukong Suh and Hassan Reddick and puts his life on the line again for us. And Here we got Big Show saying Kyle can't win a game. You know what? I don't know, man. I think people are overreacting. I think, unfortunately, everything just happened to go the Eagles' way, and you never really know what could have been. I'm not sure if even Purdy stays in the game, the Niners would have won. The Eagles played very well. Their offensive line is like a machine, and their run game is just very strong.
Because they have sense enough to go get and build an offensive line. But you know what, Casey? The 49ers are probably on it now as far as an offensive line. Now, they went and built the receiver core. They tried. They spent a lot of effort on that. They went and did it with the secondary, although they all got hurt. But they went and put an energy into that. I think this would be the year. The first thing you're going to see coming off that, well, the defensive line as well, offensive linemen. I don't know what we're going to do, but Javon
I'll take 11.
They might.
I'll take 11 skills.
You take what?
I'll take 11 run skills.
Brunskills didn't play all that bad this year. Actually,
but yeah, man, I don't know about Javon Kinlaw. I'd try and package him with Jimmy Ward for someone that's not going to commit a penalty.
You're going to have to put it with Ward because nobody's going to take Javon. His knee is. I mean, Papa put this. He told us about this a long time ago. That knee is. It's degenerative. That's going to continue to get worse. He'll never resign. His fifth-year option, it won't even be picked up.
Well, Ronbo, I'm not here to talk about Javon Kinlaw. I'm here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. And
Casey always does that.
No,
I mean, I don't want to talk about him either. Go ahead.
I can't be. Yeah. But oh man, I just really didn't like what Jimmy Ward had to say in the post game. I thought that was just.
I saw other guys. I didn't see him in the post game. What did he say?
He's just hyping himself up, talking about how good he is and everything. And I mean,
I
don't know, typical Jimmy stuff. It's all about I with Jimmy. So.
But when it comes to getting paid, though,
and it's all about.
Then he's on team. Then though, he doesn't take a lot of money.
But, Ronbo, we had a great season, man. I feel like this season kind of mirrored my life in the last year. And
falling apart at the end, or riding a big wave and all of a sudden just hitting wipe out. Bam! Oh, there goes his feet up in the air. We can't see his head. And the board's flying into the scrammer.
Ronbo, all we did was win last year, man. There were ups and downs, but
we were one of the most feared team in the league.
They were averaging 30 points a game for the second half of the season.
Hey, when McCaffrey came, the bomb got lit.
Even going into the Eagles game, they were averaging 30 points a game. And Brock Purdy led the NFL in passer rating going into that game.
The defense was just killing people. And all of a sudden,
and so, for Big Show, for Big Show to show up in here and just say Kyle can't. I mean, for the love of God, man, he did this with the last pick in the draft, man. Kyle could make you a quarterback, Big Show. That's what I think.
The thing is, because bad luck just follows us. It's not. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that.
I know,
and I don't appreciate having Croft down there, but I don't know. What else could you do? Maybe keep a running back in? I don't know.
They should embrace this. They should embrace it and change their logo to the wheelchair on the emblem. And Bob, all this talk about Tom Brady showing up for the 49ers. What about Jeff Garcia, man? I think Jeff Garcia should
I know. How old is Jeff? He can't be too much older than Tom. If you're gonna go.
I'm saying, Ronbo. I think he'd be a little bit more mobile too. But
there's no doubt Tom does not move.
I mean, I don't understand how people think. This guy Tom Brady. They went 8-9, man. I don't want to hear about 490 completions, man. They finished 8-9, man. Did you not see the last game? He couldn't even make 30-yard throws. He had one good throw and a touchdown. That was a great pass. Congratulations, man. He went 55% in that game and looked terrible, man. He looked like a grandfather on the field.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm with you. I don't know how Tom Brady's going to make a difference on this team if he can't get protection. He's got to be protected. The quarterback's got to be protected. You can't just set him out there for the defense to come and get him. He's being killed like everybody else.
And what about Lamar, man? What about Aaron Rodgers, man? What about Easton
Lamar's
Stick,
been mentioned.
man? I mean,
People know better than mention Aaron
millions of
Rodgers
people.
at $50 million a year.
Yeah.
But Lamar's been
Yeah.
mentioned at 250 plus, all guaranteed.
Someone
There's no
someone
way
told me
Jed
he's
Dork is
trying
going to
to.
sign off on that.
Someone told me he's trying to go to Florida. He's trying to take
Miami.
over for.
I heard about that too.
For Brady. Yeah. But
Anyway.
Ronbo, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to say thank you for everything you've done this season, and thank you for production. Just you doing all this on your own and everything, man, and
I love it.
Keeping it a small group and everything. It's priceless to me, Ronbo. It's often the best part of my day, and there's not many people I would wait 2 or 3 hours on the phone to talk to every night. So,
you mentioned that. Production takes that personally.
Yeah.
They need to stop it. You're right. Case, we'll see you though.
And,
Friday, man, we're gonna talk about
and
Tom Brady. That should
Ronbo,
be fun.
shout out to Shabazz. Shout out to Niner Mike. I hope he's alive. Shout out to Tony in Australia, Tony in Hawaii, and man, shout out Bunster. Love you, Ronbo. I hope you have a great night, man.
You too, Casey. Looking forward to Friday. I hope you can get back with us. I'll look for you. Have a great night. And hey, Tony, come on in here, because we're crying our ass off tonight, ain't we? Tony.
Ronbo, good evening.
Tony, and the reason why I realize we're crying so much is, you can only Trent Williams today. He everything he said as I was sitting there looking at that chair, boy, he looked wore out. He looked tired. He looked frustrated. He said, I ain't made up my mind yet about next season. I'm 35 years old when the season starts. I had to laugh as I was sitting there. Trent, you know what? I ain't gonna be mad at you. We're gonna be dead meat if you don't come back. But you know what? I feel your pain, bro. Tony, go ahead. What do you want to add to tonight?
Well, Ronbo, our right tackle, former first-round pick Caleb McGarry, University of Washington. You guys are familiar with him. He's an unrestricted free agent. If you want to sign him, because I don't think we're going to re-sign him.
Why?
I'm sorry. If Trent Williams retires, that's another.
No, but why do the Falcons want to re-sign him?
Because the Falcons are getting younger. We got to re-sign Chris Lindstrom, the other first-round pick from that year, who made the Pro Bowl.
Oh, okay.
Our right guard. We got Jake Matthews under contract, and I think we're going to draft another tackle. I like that Skoronski kid out of Northwestern in the first round. But that remains to be seen. But Ronbo, you're not going to like what I'm about to say. You can ask Chris Hansen, because I was in another chat, a Niner chat yesterday.
Yeah.
Ronbo, it's time to part ways for Kyle Shanahan. And I'll tell you why. 2016, I still haven't gotten over Super Bowl 51 after Julio's catch, and we didn't run the freaking ball on second and third down and win the shotgun. 2019, Super Bowl 54. You guys have only given up 10 points through 3 quarters against Kansas City, and y'all refuse to run the football. Kyle Shanahan. You're always getting players hurt. Quarterbacks, Kyle Shanahan. The common denominator is the same, Ronbo. How long has he been there? 7 years? It's time to move on. It's time to move on. And I know y'all not going to do it, but I'm just saying, it seems like in these big games, I'm not going to say he chokes. Let's say he doesn't come through. Your thoughts?
Yeah. Well, Tony, I don't. There's nothing I can argue there. But here's the thing. My fear is we have been with Flashlight from 2014 to 2017 walking around in the dark. I'm traumatized by that. I don't want to go back to that. So here comes Kyle Shanahan, and all of a sudden we're relevant. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo. All of a sudden we're even more relevant. We reach the Super Bowl. My fear, I understand failure in those arenas is unacceptable, especially when you're going back there over and over doing the same thing. My fear is my flashlight is still sitting on that table. I don't want to put batteries in it and start walking around in the dark again looking for another coach. It could take 2, 3, 4 years, but I don't know. But if he comes in and well, the 49ers are struggling this year as the new coach, blah, 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 has drafted his own quarterback, and most coaches do that. They've revamped their entire coaching system, and the 49ers have won 3 games this year, and that's an improvement over last year's 1-16. Oh, Tony, man, that the fear of that again, because you need to go through that when you're switching quarterbacks. I mean, switching coaches a lot of teams have to go through that. You look at the Falcons. You guys were kicking ass at a pace every year, and then finally, the time came when you had to make that switch. I know it's not possible. It's asking for too much to just segue from one coach to another and just keep rolling the same way. I just don't want to go through it now. I don't want to go through it. I can't stand it, Tony. Oh, it made me sick. Tom Sula, Kelly, we're the joke of the NFL. It was every year. Oh man, this is so depressing. So that's my problem.
I get it, but something's got to change with Shanahan, man. He's got to come off of the ego tripping, just like in the game this past Sunday. Why were y'all coming out passing? We talked about it all week after been running that football, man.
I think he was trying to surprise them because they thought we were going to run, and they were probably all set. And I don't know. I try to think like he might be thinking, but I'm probably off. I don't know.
Oh, just like Super Bowl 54 in the fourth quarter when he was trying to surprise Kansas City when y'all were up with a big lead, and you're only giving up 10 points, and he wants to pass. Surprise him, and look what happened.
You know what? We don't have a Julio. We don't have a premier. Maybe I understand what he's doing when he's trying to throw to Julio, but we don't have that kind of receiver. We have workmen that get the ball and they grind, but we don't have a Devontae. You know, this is why when everybody keeps, we don't throw the ball downfield. There's nobody down there. This is our offense. This is what we do. And it failed. Yep. I get it. But I just don't know what they're going to do. But I don't want to go back to 2-15. And the 49ers, luckily, they won 6 games this year. I don't want to go through that. There must be a way to get there without switching everything.
Yeah, but Ronbo, I respect Kyle Shanahan, but I'll never forgive him for Super Bowl 51. We passed the Devontae on that 40-something yard pass after it was 28-20. He ran 30-something yards. Julio makes the great catch. Okay, enough passing. We had the 22-yard line. We shouldn't be in the shotgun. That we're tired. The team was tired. We were up by 25 points. The momentum was totally switched. Yeah. Run the rock. If we don't get another yard, we get 3 points. Game over.
Yep.
Yeah.
I saw it. I was mad as hell too. I was watching you guys. I was so sick of Tom and his team. I was just praying. I was sitting there on my knees. Oh God, come on. And they failed. Tom Brady, and that was not a touchdown, by the way, that they scored that. I saw that replay. He skidded out of bounds before he hit the pylon. But it's Tom Brady, and it's the Patriots.
He did the same thing with you guys, Ronbo, in Super Bowl 54 by not running the rock. Y'all had that big lead. Y'all even got an interception. Remember, y'all intercepted Mahomes toward the end of the third quarter. Your linebacker intercepted him. Wide throw. You're already up.
I know. Play calling sometimes is definitely questionable. And he failed to call.
And here's something else.
So that flag.
And here's something else, Ronbo. Even one thing that the Falcons do, we had who was our backup quarterback? I can't think who the backup was. He's retired now. But we always give our backup 10%. 10% of the reps. There's no way Josh Johnson should have been prepared for that game, Ronbo. It's the NFC Championship.
Agreed.
He didn't get any reps. You got to give him at least 10 or 15% of the reps.
What I don't know is, who was getting the reps if it's not Josh? There was nobody left. So Kyle,
Purdy probably got 100% of the reps.
I know, but because he's. You know what? You're right. Purdy's a guy that's got 8, 9, 10 games under his belt. They're gonna get as many reps for him as they can, and pray to God he doesn't get hurt. You can't pray to God. God could be wearing a Eagles jersey, so you got to make sure.
All backup quarterbacks should at least get 5 to 10% of the reps in practice. You never know what's gonna happen.
And we found out what's gonna happen. Your quarterback
Josh Johnson's been in the league over 10 years. He looked like a scared rabbit. You even
he went into panic mode.
Josh Johnson I think the Josh Johnson I know, like he was with Cincinnati and other teams, he could scramble and run too. He didn't even try to run.
He ran. Remember, he tried to roll. He went into play. He went into bootleg, and he ran back too far, and he dropped. Oh, Josh! And what was with the hands as the ball's getting snapped, shaking? Josh, you've been doing this for how many years? What are you scared of? Oh,
that's his game. He's like Tyrod Taylor. He knows how to roll out the pocket and throw and hit his man. Josh Johnson's a decent backup, but I bet y'all ain't gonna have him back next year.
Oh no, Josh is done. Because if he's that scared, he's only going to get more scared. Apparently, his age is catching up with him, and he's got fear now.
That was Kyle Shanahan's fault, Ronbo, that he wasn't at least get 10% of the reps in the championship game.
You definitely need to come back Friday, as we're going to be talking about this a lot, quarterback replacement time, with Tom Brady being the main part of the menu. So we'll
Ronbo,
see
y'all can't fund that. Y'all can't do that.
I have my reservations about it. A lot of people are all on board with that. I don't see it.
Y'all gonna let Jimmy go, or y'all gonna try to keep Jimmy?
They're gonna. I don't know what they're gonna do. They talked about keeping Jimmy before he got hurt against the Tampa Bay game. I don't know what they're gonna do.
I will say this: y'all are in a
Jimmy
beautiful
may
situation.
Say, look, forget about it. I don't really care to come back. With that smile, Kyle. Thanks. You know I love you guys. I love all my guys too. I've got to go. Thanks for the offer.
Now, I'm hearing Purdy's injury might be more serious. It might be career-ending. What I'm hearing.
Oh, Tony, Tony, you got to go. Let me see you Friday.
We'll
I'm
talk about
I'm suffering enough here. I'll see you Friday though, okay?
And I've been getting on GED and Texas. Well, Texas boy, we ain't seen you in a week, and now you want to come back in the chat now.
Oh God, that's now they got license now. Tony, I'll see you Friday. All right.
But Ronbo, y'all had a great season. Y'all will be back next year. Y'all just got to make some tweaks and changes, like we all do.
I know. All right, Tony. Join us Friday, Tony. I'll be looking for you too. All right.
Get ready for the Senior Bowl, sir. I'll see you Friday.
I know. And tell you, and speaking of, I heard the CMC has already said that he's going to go to the Pro Bowl. Hey,
What's that?
Hey. Oh, to tell you, no, I thought you were gone. No, I just mentioned CMC is. I understand he's going to the Pro Bowl. Anyway, Tony, I'll see you Friday, fam. And Tony,
all right, take care, sir.
At this point, the rest of you people coming in here with other jerseys on, y'all know you ain't family. Well, I honestly, I kind of like Marketing Pro. He does make me laugh. JD, I hope you said. I love what was said about JD earlier by Chris Hansen. I almost couldn't contain myself. That was a good shot. Merrick, I need something to laugh about tonight. Keep working him ahead, Chris. JD, boy, you gotta. Merrick.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Merrick. Here we sit.
You feeling any better, or are you still upset?
No, I'm feeling better because we're together. But when I get off the phone, I'm going to be kind of alone again. And that's when I get more depressed. I'm feeling good now. It's like you guys, tonight, talking to you has been like medication. I feel a lot better. I wish we could stay on the phone for the next 48 I wish we could stay on the phone for the next 6 months and not sleep or eat. Because I feel good. When I'm alone thinking, God, I'm bothered. Well, even outside, it's dark, even in the middle of the morning. I think, God, what? Why, God? We could beat the Eagles. They're not all that good. We were on our way to the Super Bowl. How did he get hurt? Oh, now you got. Why?
Well,
how do these things keep happening?
We'll see the true Eagles team next year because they have to play us, Kansas City, and the Bills.
They're not that good.
All next year.
We would have beat them. You saw the beginning how we had did you see what's his name's face when he came around that corner and see Nick and company just standing there in place, beating feet, waiting for him to move. We had that whole line just perfectly covered on both sides. DC DeMeco had them boys ready. And what did he do? He panicked and he ran out of bounds. And then he started throwing the ball out of bounds. We had him. Shit. Injury.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we never had a chance to win that game.
Never.
Which probably hurts the most because Yeah, well, we'll see if the Eagles are truly legit because next year they got to play us, the Bills, and Kansas City.
You know, hey, Anderson, I know you don't want to. You can get your $500 back if you bet on the Chiefs to beat the Eagles. Just, I mean, you don't have to like either one, but if you just want to win money, bet on the Chiefs. Eagles ain't gonna beat them. Shh, no way. Damn, we had a shot. You need it. You know.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
As for the Niners, I kind of think in terms of bringing another quarterback because I don't have much faith in Lance, and I don't know what's going to happen with Purdy. So Tommy John surgery
really
he
scary
could
things
have
about
because
him.
it does
ruin his career.
It does make your arm a little stronger, but you'd have to sit out a whole season. And Aaron Rodgers are going to have to trade multiple first-round picks for. That's what
And then
Green
pay
Bay
him $50
wants.
million. That's not going to happen unless Aaron plans on
Yeah,
restructuring that.
Lamar Jackson's going to want like
250.
And Lamar Jackson's going to want like almost $300 million, I think.
I'm low, aren't I? $300 million.
Yes.
You know what though? To
there's
his
really,
team, he's worth it because he is their team.
Yeah, well, we're the only team that's not quarterback dependent.
Yeah. Not to the extent that some teams are. I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Hurts, those guys have to play or their team loses, period. No chance.
Yeah. I kind of think Tom Brady is the only option you can do. Or Jimmy maybe, but Jimmy is like a roulette wheel if he's going to get injured or not.
You know, the thing is, you'd have to get rid of Kyle's not going to play with Tom Brady, and Tom Brady's not going to come in and dictate his terms on how this offense is going to be ran. That's just not going to happen. But you know, people want Tom gone.
Maybe,
I mean Kyle gone, or maybe they can come to some kind of agreement. I just don't know. Maybe Kyle will go for it.
Yeah,
maybe Kyle
I'm
say,
hoping
"Okay, I'm going to give you
Kyle
the ball."
would put his ego away for a minute and just be like,
"That's
we
what
want to
you
win
have
a
to do.
Super Bowl, and
that's what you have to do.
Got to put your pride away at some point."
And tell Tom he can have a 2-year contract, you know, and I'm willing. But listen, Tom, I want a percentage of the plays to be runs. All right, you can have 60% of the game. You can throw it, but listen, I'm telling you, and we got to go out and draft some more receivers. He's going to want to bring Gronk back. I mean, I could see it. Yeah, I can't imagine it.
And I think Brady would look a lot better because the Buccaneers sucked, but they only had one game where they had over 100 yards rushing, and the Buccaneers. So if you put him on our team, it'd take a lot of pressure off of Brady to throw the ball 60 times a game.
Yeah. I still don't know, Merrick.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
We're going to find out in the
there
weeks
is
ahead.
Another offensive tackle. The Kansas City Chiefs right tackle is going to be a free agent after this season.
And as is, Tony brought up a guy that sounds like he's a good ball player, but they're wanting to go young in Atlanta. So there's going to be tackles out there, you know. But the 49ers, aren't they strapped for cash to some degree? You got to sign Nick. You got to sign McCaffrey. And I don't know what they're going to do here.
Well, I think McCaffrey still has a contract, and I mean, Nick, if you could get him the final year of his rookie deal.
How long is McCaffrey's contract? Does anybody know how long McCaffrey's contract? How long is McCaffrey's contract? This current one he's on, because it's not even expensive right now. Oh, because the Panthers had to pay part of the tab.
Panthers.
I forgot about that.
They paid part of it.
McCaffrey gets in excess of 17-18 million, right?
I don't know how much his contract is.
Wait a minute. I do recollect something like that. McCaffrey's up there he's up there wide receiver territory. Well, he is a wide receiver.
I think the final reason for Brady would be he'd be cheap. He's not going to want like $50 million like Rodgers or Lamar.
If he calls his dog off, he's got to tell his agent, listen, I want to play for San Francisco. Now, anything, I want to hear any number they bring to you. Don't you make any decisions, let me know. If he does that, okay.
And I think for DC, Wilson, just because of how well he rallied the Panthers when they were predicted to lose every one of their games after they traded McCaffrey.
And Wilkes probably wasn't crazy about him losing McCaffrey anyway. So, Merrick, we're gonna go. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. We'll be back Friday, and it's gonna be Who's Going to Quarterback show. As we now find out that we're gonna lose, we're gonna know more by Friday about that arm of Brock Purdy too. So we already know that Trey Lance is just.
I'm tired of being I'm just tired of being in quarterback purgatory every year.
I know, right? Where quarterbacks go to be killed. God, that's just a bad moniker. I'll see you Friday. All right, Merrick. Appreciate you getting in there.
All right, see ya.
Quarterbacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bonob! JJ, Kyle were both ill prepared for that game. Johnson. You don't come in unprepared for that game. I don't care how late you got to stay at work. You stay there. You work that out. Josh, listen, I need you over here. Coach, it's 7:30. Josh, I need you over here. And we work. And anything else that we need to do, I need to look at everything. You don't go out, drive out of the garage with tires with the screws not tied on tight. Tony.
Hey, Ronbo.
Tony, man, we're about a pissed off bunch. It's just, we can't get unpissed off.
Yeah.
God.
No, well, there's reasons for it, Ronbo. I mean, who was that guy that rang you said I didn't ring you for this reason or that reason?
That's Casey. I love when he does that.
Casey, yeah.
The funny but I didn't call here to talk about Javon Kinlaw, Rob. Casey, again, my apologies. I love when you do that. But go ahead, Tony.
Thanks for the shout out, Casey. But I'm going to have to be with Frank and Big Show, Ronbo.
I
mean,
you've been thinking that way for a while.
Look, which side did the quarterback get attacked from?
Wasn't it the right side? Because it wasn't coming through Trent.
Well,
what was that take?
Exactly. But how does Trent feel? I'm blocking my ass off over here all fucking day, and you get out
quitting, Tony. That's how he feels.
Well,
or at least he's entertaining the thought.
Remember the conversation I had, I think, with you a while back, and Big Show backed me up, and there was a few other people, and I said to you, Ronbo, how long is it going to take before we have a mass exodus of players from this team?
Could be as early
If you ask me, all right, I'm not saying that Kyle is a piece of crap coach, but if someone can remove the stubbornness and the arrogance from him, right, he'd probably be the best coach in the league. Why, for the love of God, right, like the other Tony said, we were talking about it all week, and I said I was praying to God that he would start running the ball for the first 5 minutes with Jordan Mason. We lost 2 quarterbacks, brought one back, all right, and he still wouldn't run the ball with Jordan Mason.
I think
and that's all you can do, run the ball.
I agree.
It doesn't make sense.
Especially
right, the other thing that doesn't
make stopping the run. Run it. See if get a heat.
The other thing that doesn't make sense, and I would hate to think that he thought like that. Why didn't we go to the emergency quarterback? Right? Who's Juszczyk? You got to try with everything, right? Juwan Jennings was top 10 quarterback in his high school, man.
Is that right? I didn't even know about that. Wow.
Right? Juszczyk knows the playbook. It's not like he's a dumbass. He can he's an able body.
Harvard is hard to get in there. You're right. He's definitely not a dumbass. So, yeah.
Oh, well, he meets that criteria for Kyle. He's probably smarter than him.
Maybe. IQ-wise, he can definitely compete.
It's like the other boys said. He's capable of getting to the show, but somehow all the time he just can't cross the finish line. And it's throughout his career. It's not just at the 49ers.
And Tony, you're so right, because I knew we were going to get to the NFC Championship game. I actually did. I said, you know what? When we step on into the playoffs, I'm sorry, whoever else is involved, we're getting to the NFC CG. But what's going to happen there is the question.
And it's not like our quarterbacks and players, all right? Look, you look at Jimmy, right? Jimmy G. How did he get injured? He got injured. He was trying to fucking win the game, all right? How did, what's his name, get injured? Trent Williams. He was trying his ass off. Same with Purdy.
Yeah.
But they've got the quarterbacks have to have protection, Ronbo.
Yes.
You know, we can't get Mike Tyson out here, all right, and reincarnate him into a quarterback. Then that's it. You don't need an O-line, mate. But that's not possible. Right? You look at Patrick Mahomes with a busted-ass leg. He's got 4 or 5 seconds to hop around the pocket, all right, and still get rid of the ball.
He is amazing.
All right? You know it. You know it. I know it's your show and you're subjected to say things and not say things, but the beautiful part about your show is everyone has got difference of opinions, and that's what makes it fun.
Yeah. We definitely have those.
You know? But the truth is the truth, and we need an O-line, mate. Before people start, like Trent Williams is blocking his ass off all year, and on the other side of him, the guy wrecks the whole game. Why? Because he can't protect the quarterback. They're the 2 major spots on the O-line, Ronbo. Left tackle, right tackle.
And all teams do when the DC's putting things together. All right, we're not going to bother with Trent Williams. That's just unnecessary. What we're going to do, though, is we'll come around the other side. Now, Michael McGlinchey's pretty much prone to, and that's what the game plan is right there.
I mean, he got hip tossed like a child, like in WWF by that other guy the other day.
It was frightening.
Yeah.
You know, Tony. He's coming back next year. You know what? If anybody wants to put money on it, I guarantee you, Michael McGlinchey's coming back next year.
He's like a disease. No, we've got to get rid of that guy. We have to get rid of that guy. Like I said to you before, I'll give you $10 million a year. You can't find me a better left right tackle than McGlinchey. Come on, man.
And
you know what I think
some
it is?
Good coaches too to learn technique and his feet. Mike, can you move quicker with the feet? What's wrong? There's footwork drills you can do. There's something wrong with. You're out of position. Look at you. You're off balance. It doesn't take a guy 80 pounds could have taken you down, Mike. I wish you studied martial art or take ballet or something.
Yeah. No, well, you know, one bloke we've got wrestling coaches here in NRL.
Or go to Japan the whole off season. Work with the sumo guys.
Yeah, that's right. One guy said to you guys, I've been saying it all along. You know yourself, Ronbo, in martial arts, they teach you how to use the momentum of the other guy against him.
It's it. If you don't have footwork, you're going to get your brains beat out. It doesn't matter. Martial arts doesn't matter how big the guy is. It's technique all the way. You know, and that's why, Mike, you look at your feet. Look at your balance. Of course they're going to take you down. And I can't believe the coach hasn't taught you that. Oh.
You know what we should do to him, Ronbo, for torture? Not torture, but just to see if we can get his feet moving. You know those things they put on the bull's balls for the rodeo? those straps? Yeah. And it shocks them. Just strap him up, mate. Let
the coach has control on the sideline.
Moving all right now, brother.
Tony, we got to go. Hey, I'll see you Friday, Tony. Always a pleasure. We missed you the other day. But,
oh, shit. All right.
It's going to get getting worse.
All
right, Tony.
Shout out to everyone and I don't know what to say. So see you in the next chapter.
Looking forward to it, fam. Night, Tony. Cheers.
Cheers,
brother. And I'm Dre Phantom. I'm lost for words, man. But on to next season. Dre Phantom, here's the thing. When we get to next season, all of us are going to be sitting there looking like, every game I can just see us now looking like Josh Johnson. Ooh. Oh. We're going to get paranoid. We're going to start screaming and ain't nothing even going on. Is it another Tony? Are we done? I don't even want to use the word we're done. We're done, fam. We're done for the season. And now we got to watch panty waist Philly go represent the NFC. And you know damn well we would have did a better job. No doubt about it. Kansas City must be behind the scenes laughing. Better, I can see him now joking, but we ain't got to deal with the 40. We may have dealt with the 49ers early in the season, but them boys got ready after we left. So you know what? You saw that game, right? We go. Just party hard, fam. I can hear him now. Party hard. We got this. They go in and they just beat hell out. Eagles, man, you guys don't come back to Twitter bothering me no more. Y'all know damn well you. Ooh. Anyway, fam, let's talk about the quarterback situation Friday, huh? I'll be looking for you. We gotta keep ourselves together, man. We gotta do it, man. We gotta do it. We can do it. It's gonna get better. It's got to. Have a great night. Remember. Oh, thanks for the contributions, fam. Always appreciate you know this. Hit like and please subscribe. It's gonna be fun later. We're going through this right now. If you're just coming in, we scared you. We're not always like this.